never die. Video games, movies, sports on the line. Your favorites carved in stone divine. It's all about your top four, nothing more. Rushmore show kicking down the door. Ranking the icons, the greats we adore. It's all about your top four, nothing more.
This is the Rushmore Show, where it's all about your top four and nothing more. Andy, it's Thursday night. You know what that means? It is time for another Rushmore show, and we have a great show lined up for you guys. I see 3 of you in the chat. If you're new, say hello. Man, welcome to the show. Bryce J. Dub is in the house.
No
Welcome,
way.
Bryce. And it looks like I got some new friends, Andy. I have got, look, Declan in the house. What's up, man? Declan's an old bud. But we do have some new friends. Shout out to Naomi. Excited for tonight's show. And shout out to Z-Man. Let's get it, Grailbound Gaming. Welcome to the Summit Squad. Here you go. With that being said, hey, I'm throwing a wrench over to you guys because Zach says you're their friends. And so, hey, shout out to Zach. Zach will be on here in a minute. But, hey, thanks for being here. Because of you are part of the Rushmore Summit Squad, basically what we're going to ask you to do is tonight we're talking fighting games. Put your top 4 together. And as we take a journey up the mountain, you guys drop them in the chat. Hey, share it with your friends. Let them know we're up in here. Now, we have 2 amazing guests tonight, and we're talking fighting games. Andy, I am stoked about fighting games. One of my favorite genres of all time, but not one I play too much anymore. But I was just playing some back here behind me, just before to get ready.
Jogging the old memory.
I was jogging the old memory, but I have a great list. This list was hard. Sometimes the lists are hard because I just forgot. Like last week, like it's really hard to try and figure out games I don't like. But we got a new. There he is, Jacoby in the house.
Oh, we got all kinds of people in the house.
All kinds of people showing up. You're clicking the wrong thing. What's up?
You guys are commenting too fast.
I'm the KISS fan that was here during RNG Gamers.
Hey, real quick, if you are a KISS fan, if you see the QR code at the top corner here, you can go to our website, or if you just want to type it in, rushmorereboot.weebly, WEEBLY.com.
Yep.
And I've been posting, and I just posted another one today.
Well, Andy, keep talking. I'm going to say it. You're going to go to this. So, Andy, keep talking.
Yeah, so I've been posting. There it is. My Rushmore of all of these different KISS albums. And I was on album 16 today, so I've only got 3 more to go, or 3 or 4 more to go. And yeah, it's been a blast. So I've been kind of just talking about it. I did Carnival of Souls today. So if you're a real KISS fan, you would know Carnival of Souls. That's a slept-on album, but it's a great album. Anyway.
Yeah, and you got it out of the bargain bin for $4.
$4 at Walgreens, or no, Winn-Dixie. Winn-Dixie. What a
man. Winn-Dixie. Winn-Dixie. I mean,
it was because of Winn-Dixie
that is so southern United States. Winn-Dixie. But hey, Andy, yeah, guys. So go over to the blog right here, or the Rushmore Reboot, which is going to come on down there. And by the way, guys, you can see us right now live, Facebook Live, on Twitch. If you have a Twitch, go support that over there. That is like the hardest thing to get anything going. But yeah, go over to Twitch and just follow us. You don't have to watch us.
Sean is in the house. I know I accidentally pressed his, but I do want to give him a shout out. Sean, real life perspective.
And then we have, there's the website right there. And then obviously the YouTube, the Twitch. If you're here watching, you probably have most of those. But you can go and support us at all the places. There's a there's a Facebook group, Andy, that is almost to 1,000, and we just got our Facebook to 1,000. Our Instagram's almost to 2. Yeah, so I do know Carnival Souls. No one ever talks about that album except except
you.
for Andrewski, who loves it. And yeah, let's get started. 90s Kiss, yeah, 90s Kiss. I had some 90s Kiss. I was in high school when that happened in 90s Kiss, but we can't talk about that Kiss. Anyways, let's go. Dumb dad jokes. Well, welcome to the show. Hey, I am logging in to throw some wrenches out. And man, I am super excited for today. We are talking fighting games. If you like fighting games, this is the place to be. Just a reminder, it's not the greatest fighting games. It's our 4 favorite fighting games.
Yep.
And follow along this journey with us. We have while we're getting ready, because we're about to do this, let me show you what is on the docket. We got 12 people in the chat. This is actually what's coming up this year to start. So we've already done the Wii games. We've already done worst games ever. We're at fighting games right now. Next week is Easter eggs in games, and then the weird and peculiar games. February is going to be banging too. We got console defining games, arcade shooters, retro games that need a remake, and SNES. We're already planning music out, Andy, and even movies and TV, and even the next set of video games, which doesn't happen until August, right? Or July and August. So I'm excited for that. Andy, football, playoffs. Wow.
Playoffs.
I can't, I like, this must be, it's like a nightmare. Like every team I hate just keeps.
Yeah, for you, if you don't have, I don't have a dog in the fight or really much hatred that's out there. So it's really been, it's either the worst football ever or the best football ever. Like it was a great.
I am super stoked about the college football game, right? Because we're going to get a new champion for sure. And
is there any doubt who's winning it?
Well, it's not really a doubt in my mind, but I didn't think Miami was going to get this far. So I don't know. I mean, just it's weird. So, but I love what old the Lane train is doing over at LSU though. Got some recruits showing up. I do love what my Chiefs did today. They fired all the coordinators. So I love that.
They need a new quarterback is what they need.
Yeah, they do. They do for 2 weeks, 3 weeks at the beginning of the season, and then we're back. But all right. Let's get this show, man. Let's get this show going. We got 14 in the house. Say hello. Make sure you hit the like. Make sure you hit the like before you head out. It's probably the most important thing. Every single time the like hits over 30, we get good numbers. Let's get that thing to 50. Let's get that thing to 50 today. Share it out. Hit that thing to 50. Andy, let's get going with our Rushmore of, and Andy, I'm playing around with the video, and I don't know what.
If you need me, I'm here. I'm here, Coach. Put me in, Coach.
You do the video. Here we go. Rushmore of fighting games.
Let's get it.
All right, Andy. So Rushmore fighting games. You know how we do this thing. I find people on Instagram. I find them following us in the chat in YouTube. I follow people and I see people comment on other people's stuff that we follow. Kind of stalk the internet for the interwebs to see if there's somebody out there that wants to join the show or somebody we think we might have a connection with or have some fun with, chatting up, whatever the topic is. Video games is the easiest to find on YouTube. That's one of the reasons we love doing video games, because there are so many video game YouTubers and content creators. And of all different types of, and when you go to these conventions, Andy, you run into them and you get to meet them, and it's like the conversation even gets bigger. Oh, look, Kenneth is in the house. 17 of you hit the like button. But Andy, let me just talk to you about the 2 guys I got today. I'm not so sure how I met. Well, one of the things, I think Mystacles, who's going to show up today, Matt from Mystacles channel, which he's doing a little rebranding. I'll let him share about that. Mystacles, I think, popped into our chat here, and I remember saying Mystacles, right? And he was like, and whoever he came to, they make him say, yeah. So, I think I said Mystacles, and whoever was on the show at that time, he goes, I think it's Mystacles. And I was like, oh, all right, Mystacles. So
I
look,
remember that.
this is how it goes. If you're in the chat and you want to be on the show, look, Mystacles is he's made it up the mountain and he is here. Welcome to the show. First, our buddy Matt from the Mystacles channel. Welcome on in. Now,
What's up, guys?
dude, we're so stoked to have you. Been hanging out. Thanks for being here. Let me get the other guy out here. The other guy, I'm not Andy. I don't remember exactly how I ran across Zach's channel.
Kirk has memory loss.
I think it was just. I think it was
He
just.
doesn't remember.
Yeah, I think it was just one of those inherited things passing along through the community, and I saw it was just a cool channel on Instagram and on Facebook and on or on YouTube. So we ended up connecting, and he was wanting to jump in, and so let's get him on out here. Welcome to the show, our buddy Zach from Grailbound Gaming. There he is. Now,
Hey,
Zach, do you
what's
remember
up,
how
guys?
we ran into each other? Or I don't know. I stalk everybody, find it. Anonymous Mystery 7534 says, missed. What's up? Yeah, so let's start this thing off. So we in the back, we had a little coin flip. And Mystacles won. He decided to defer the kick. So Zach is starting off. And Zach, you're going to go first today. Since you're going first, Mystacles, let's talk to you before we get going. Mystacles, share with the 17s of people in the chat, what is your channel? What's this new rebranding we've been talking about? And what do you do over there? And is there any other places they can find you? Share your journey a little bit.
Sure, man. And thanks again for having me on here. I've been, a pretty, I wouldn't say a super long-term viewer, but at least it's been like at least going on a year now. So I've been looking forward to this for sure. But Mystacles is a YouTube channel I started 3 years ago, and yeah, I am rebranding right now to Mystacles Retro Reunion, and I've always been based around retro content, but I bounced back and forth on doing like product reviews for modern made technology and adapters and stuff for retro consoles and everything, and doing different streams. And I kind of fell into doing mystery boxes in a weird kind of roundabout way. I got hosted to do a box from a company. I'm not going to name them or anything, and I did it, and I liked the service, and I subscribed to it, and there was already a built-in market for that type of content. And I kind of just fell into doing mystery boxes for a long time, almost 2 years. And I stopped doing that service, and I started doing other things like, I would order from maybe famous YouTube, famous, gaming stores. I mean, I don't need to name them. You all know who they are and everything. But, I started doing that for a while. Then I started doing what I've been calling bro boxes. And it's an idea that's been done before. But a lot of content creators, we just get a hold of each other, different people in the unboxing community and everything, and we swap a box together and, set a price, and we tell each other what games we want, what games we already own, so nobody gets duplicates, and all manner of things like that. And I've been doing that for about almost a year now, almost 12 boxes, and it's not really, going to I love the connection with the community, of course, but it's not really doing much number wise. So I wanted to get back to doing some more review type videos and everything on my channel. And one that it's going to be kind of the flagship video to my channel's rebranding. And if you're a fan of my channel, and I know there's a few people in the chat right now that are, you've heard me talk about it. It's the fishing video. I've been talking about doing this fishing video for a long time. Best of the best fishing games that have the best compatibility with all fishing controllers across all major platforms. And it's coming here at the end of the month. And it's a video. It's actually been like 2-3 years in the making. So I hope it not only pleases the people who've been waiting on it, but maybe helps boost the channel and get some more new viewers and everything on the channel. So that's pretty much the past, present, and hopefully a little bit of the future of my channel.
He says, reeling us in. So, I'll just say this. I know there's been a few like Zelda games that have had that kind of fishing dynamic.
Oh, that'll be a whole different video.
I just wanted to share this.
Oh yeah.
I've played like the whole like fishing games, even the ones like on the Wii where you get the remote. I played a bunch of those. My favorite fishing of all time was Breath of Fire 3. And I would sit there during Breath of Fire 3 and just fish for hours for no stupid reason. I don't know why. And it wasn't even a great fishing portion of the game. It's just something I remember at the time. It was just something different in role-playing games. I just fished and fished.
You see that a lot in Japanese games. Fishing is such a huge part of their culture that so many games have fishing mini games in them, and a lot of people love them.
Man, 17 people in the chat. A lot of people shouting you out, man. Brobox says anonymous, reeling us in. Isaac, thanks for being here. Hit the like button. He says prayers up, man. And look, we got to get that. He says awesome concept too. Isaac, we got to plan out when we're going to get you on the show. Congratulations on having your first, but now we're almost a year in. I think it's ready to get you back. So now, Zach, your turn. Now, this time, Zach, you're gonna jump in. You're gonna share just like he did. Share everything about your channel. Tell everybody why retro games, why fighting games, whatever, and then we'll start the show. So first, before that, though, tell everybody about Grailbound. So reel us in over that direction now. Throw the net. Cast the net wide.
The net has been casted. All right, awesome. Well,
There's
before I get
D-Man
started,
in the house and Naomi. Let's go. Let's go.
awesome.
Hey,
Yeah,
by the way, guys, I
definitely shout out to the chat.
I threw you guys a wrench, so you guys are standard moderators now. Welcome to the Summit Squad. And Zach, go right ahead, man.
Awesome. Yeah, definitely shout out to the chat. Appreciate the support, and it's great to see some familiar names there. So yeah, my channel is Grailbound Gaming, and I would say at its core, it basically focuses on redefining what a video game Grail is. I know that for a lot of us that are in the hobby of like retro video games, normally you define a video game Grail by its monetary value, right? Like, you know, a game that's very pricey, limited or rare, that's almost seems, almost seems unobtainable to actually find, right? But for me, a lot of the experiences that I've had with gaming growing up have been when I play games either by myself or with other people, and those memories and those experiences far outweigh whatever the price is of the game. Not only that, but then there are also games where, you know, are considered to be grails by monetary status that aren't really that good, right? And we can break them out per system. So what I want to do is like, with my channel, I just want to encourage gamers and collectors out there to, you know, make what you define as a grail be something that's personal, right? Let it be based off of the experiences that you get with playing it versus just having, you know, something that you just put on the shelf. And not only that too, but like I also wanted to bring back those feelings of like nostalgia, joy, and excitement, right? Growing up, being able to play a certain video game. And then of course, when you get older, you know, as a collector, you may go back and collect games that are from your childhood. So there's a nostalgia factor. There's games you can look forward to in the future. So as a whole, like my channel pretty much captures that, especially in the form of like my pickups videos where I'm giving recommendations to people, you know, and of course showcasing what I picked up over a period of a few months. Game hunting, where I let people know, hey, this is what you can do to go out and put in the work to add games to your collection. And yeah, there's other videos too on my channel, which include like unboxings of like collectors or limited editions, other videos in regards to like maybe game adjacent topics. So like, what are my thoughts on like a full set collecting, right? Things like that. So, you know, as a whole, I'm definitely like a variety gamer and a variety collector. I don't just collect or play games for one console. It's mainly everything. So yeah, I mean, I've been doing YouTube for a little bit over 2 years now. It's been an amazing journey so far. And yeah, for anyone who's hearing about my channel for the first time, I do hope that you, you know, give it a shot and definitely check out the videos. So yeah, thank you.
Yeah, I love that concept so much because it fits right into the Rushmore.
That's
it's
what I was
not always
thinking.
about the best thing. It's about what is your nostalgia, what is your favorite. While you were saying that, it made me think. I was digging through my games here, so sorry. I know it was you muted me because it was getting loud. I realized that, but there's one game on the 64 which we won't mention tonight because it's not a fighting game, but it's one that is high in monetary value, and there was no way in the world I was going to pay that much. So I went to a con and I bought like a reproduction. I don't even care because I'm not like collecting for like that sense of things. But Snowboard Kids 2 was like, I remember playing this game like crazy as a kid, renting it from Blockbuster or whatever, and it's like one of those stupid expensive, like unattainable type games, you know. But who cares? It was a
So
reproduction.
it's Becca. While you were talking, she came in and said, "Let's go Grailbound Gaming." We have whoop whoop Grailbound. Thanks for everybody coming. Bryce is in the chat. We love Bryce to death. Bryce is like the MVP around here. He says hi. He says, "Let's go." I love watching Grailbound. Isaac is saying definitely some solid content. It's Becca says Zach always has the best pickups. And Mecha Otaku Gamer, sorry I'm late. Sup, Grailbound. Mecha Otaku will be on in the first month of music, and he's on the channel. Thanks for coming on, Mecha Otaku. We're going to be shouting out with you here shortly to try and get that topic nailed. Oh, another new person. Grailbound is the reason for me loving Street Fighter. Oh, don't give away his picks yet, because yeah. So anyway, Sneaky Octo Gaming. Thanks for being here. I'll throw you a wrench here too. Naomi says thanks for sharing the stories behind your channels, Mist and Zach. Hey, so let's talk about our channel real quick and get into you guys. So thanks for sharing all that. Everybody go follow them. If you have a wrench, share your channels in the chat. We got 18 in the chat. The record is 41. 41. Let's get to 42. Share it around with people. And honestly, it has nothing to do with being famous or getting monetarily whatever. We don't care. We just love this community. And with that being said, let me tell you about our community. Our community's been growing for the last almost 5 years. This is episode 203. Thank you guys for being here. But we have some new people in the chat, so let me explain how this goes. We're going to rank our top 4 fighting games, all 4 of us. All 4 of us will have our own top 4. We can match. We call them Rushmores. And the order today is going to be Zach, and then Matt, and then Andy, and then me. And then we'll have some honorable mentions later, and then we might play another little fun game at the end. Yeah, I love this community thing, or the whole community in general is just the best, man. And we're going to do it one at a time. So we'll go 4-3. We'll have a little break. Don't go nowhere. That's a good time to get some a soda or something. I'll share some good stuff about some people in our community, and then we'll finish off the show and do our honorable mentions, and it's gonna be a great time. So Zach and Matt, this is the part where you guys are gonna. Well, Zach, you'll start off. You're gonna start with Rosie, and you're gonna tell us your criteria. Criteria is very important, and this is why. And let's just say, yeah, thanks for sharing your channel, Mecha Otaku. As this is one of the reasons why here. If you have ever seen like somebody talking about their personal Rushmore, a lot of times it happens in sports. I like to talk about quarterbacks in the NFL because it's the most relatable that everybody can kind of, oh yeah, I know that guy. Even if you don't like football, you know who this guy is. If you go around the world and you say who's the Rushmore of, or who's your Rushmore of quarterbacks, we all will have something different. And the most probably controversial guy is Tom Brady. And the reason is many people think he's the GOAT, so he's got to be on every mountain. Yes, Andy and I, he's not on our mountain, not even close. We're from New Orleans. We're Breeze guys. We're Manning guys. I'm a Chiefs fan. I'm a Mahomes guy. There is no way I would have Tom Brady on my mountain. I don't even know if I'd put him in my honorable mentions. But that's not because he's not great. We get it. He's got lots of championships. And it isn't jealousy here. It's just we're not fans. And if you're maybe from New York, right? If you're from New York, you're probably not a fan there either, because either A, you're a Giants fan. Congratulations with the Harbaugh sign, if that's you. But hey, if you're a Giants fan, Eli beat him twice. If you're a Jets fan, you lost 30 of the 33 times you met. So you hate that dude. You're like, whatever. We don't do nothing. So when we talk about criteria, it's why you think these are the best, right? You got to make it make sense because everybody wants you to say the same 4 games today, and we're not going to do it. So you're going to go up first, Zach. Tell us your criteria, and then our first pick is Rosie. Now, we arbitrarily picked the order of the presidents on the Rushmore, and I'm sorry. Look, Isaac, it's I wasn't doing dirty. It's just the truth, right? Yeah. Hey, DJ Courageous in the house. DJ Courageous on the Twitch side, no less. Thank you for being here. Twitch hardly gets any love. You guys go like us on Twitch. It hardly gets any love over there. And anyways, but here's the deal. Zach, you're up, and tell us your criteria, and then you're gonna give us Rosie. We think he's the 4th best president. Somebody else might tell us different. That's just how it's been since the beginning. Rosie 4. So give us your criteria. Jump in your number 4.
Okay, awesome. Yeah, so for my criteria, I mainly stuck to games that are pretty much a part of a franchise, right? So if it's like a number of release of games like 3, I pick which game in that franchise I like the best.
Like the way
Not
you're
only that,
thinking.
yeah. So then not only that too, but like I also pick games that I've had great experiences playing, right? Like with my siblings growing up, where we just played the games for hours, like these fighting games for hours, as well as a little bit too of like the arcade. So yeah, those are pretty much my like criteria. It was built around nostalgia, of course, being able to play these games with others, whether that's like friends and family members, and then of course like notable franchises.
Hey, I just want to shout out to Becca. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
I'm going to report that comment.
Yeah, man. So, all right. So, Zach, you're up then, man. So this is Rosie, number 4. Oh, by the way, you can ease us in. You'd be like, because some people are new here. Sometimes it's about having a little fun with it. You could be like, my number 4 is, and then whatever, or you can kind of like throw some little nuggets out there. However you want to do it, that's you. Number
Dino
4.
Nuggets.
What's your
Awesome.
fourth best fighting game of all time?
Okay, all right, let's go for it.
Coming in hot.
All right, so with my 4th pick, this one is definitely based on like nostalgia. Being a kid of the 90s, I grew up watching a lot of superhero animated TV shows, through like the middle to late 1990s. And this particular game that I'm about to show has been at the top of the charts, if you will, or has been the pinnacle for a particular versus series, right? And there's been a lot of games that have been made that have been inspired by this particular game right here. So if you love superheroes, they may have your favorite superhero within this game. So my pick for my for my Rosie is Marvel versus Capcom 2.
Man,
Nice.
Capcom 2.
Killer.
Yeah, absolutely. And like I grew up watching, Spider-Man, X-Men. So, being able to play as your favorite superhero in a fighting game was amazing. And when it comes to the mechanics of this game, I love the aspect that you can pick a team of 3, and then you can use those 3 characters to, of course, fight the other team and do different assists. So, yeah, when I think about nostalgia, Marvel versus Capcom 2 for sure.
Who dat, Z-Man?
Z-Man said, "Nice pick, Zach. If the Saints could pick like you, we'd be on our way to the play."
That's like a shuck pick right there, Andy. That's like a shuck pick.
Hey, we will be next year. No, I love this pick. Marvel Capcom, you took a Benjamin away from me. I mean, I remember I had fond memories of going to the movie theater in Covington, and we had a little arcade. That's a very nice term for what it was. There was like 2 games there, but one of them was Marvel versus Capcom, believe it or not. And I used to play the mess out of Marvel versus Capcom. But we say it often too. I don't remember how many characters in this one particularly you could choose from, but I know like over years it's like all these games where you can pick characters. It's like they're now at 1 billion characters you can choose. But I think it says more about a person when we're talking personality test. What were their 3, which we may do later, something along those.
Oh yeah, we're gonna.
But who's your go-to if you're gonna pick, like, let's just say your top 3 here. I mean, I know we're probably looking forward to it, but who are you going with in Marvel Capcom?
Yeah, I would say like one of my teams is like Spider-Man, Wolverine, and Iron Man. That's like one of my teams right there.
You know, this guy is a pro at it when he says one of my teams. I've already got like team A, team B for different situations, different players. I know their tendencies. Yeah, no, that's
I love this game. Widely considered in many of the chats and many of the websites I went to jog the memory this week as the #1 best game in the fighting genre of all time. And not just Marvel Capcom, but Marvel Capcom 2 was highly rated. I'll say this. I love this game. Played a lot of Marvel Capcom in the arcade when it first kind of rolled in. But I never actually owned it at my house, and I don't know that I played it enough to make it hit that nostalgia button for me. But it is definitely a banger, and it was on my list of honorable mentions. And a lot of times I have like a list of honorable mentions, and then I have this like little section will never make it to me. So that if it's an honorable mention for us guys, that's off the board for Andy and I. You both said, Andy, you said that it was yours. It's mine too. It's gone. I'd go with the Blue Bomber though. Dude, I love Mega Man. And then Spidey and Wolverine are probably right behind that.
Okay.
Matt, you like this game? Oh wait. By the way, if you have this game later in your picks, guys, all right, any of us say, don't give it away until it's your turn. So just heads up. So Matt, do you like the game though? Without giving anything away?
I like that game. My go-to team would probably be Morgan, Felicia, and Jill Valentine.
Yeah,
deep cut.
Morgan's awesome, and so's Jill. Yeah, I love that pick. So we got a lot of chatting going on. Let me catch up. Sneaky Octo Gaming says, what? By the way, Dino Nuggets are the best nuggets. He says, I sent you a wrench there, Sneaky. Z-Man says, nice pick, Zach. The Saints can pick that way. We'd be on our way to the playoffs. Oh, I so totally want that game, says Mecha Otaku, in my collection. I hope to find it this year at Siege or somewhere local. Here, by the way, that's a great segue. Andy and I will be at Siege this year as a guest, and Andy and I will have an opportunity to have Nerd Church at Siege on Sunday. So come on over Sunday, come hang out with us, and whatever the theme is that Austin picks, which Austin's going to be on the show later in the month. He's in the middle of February. Whatever theme that they pick will be what the message is on. So he says, wonder if UMVC 3 is going to make the list. Yep, we got it. Hope. And then that's a classic. Sleeper pick says Capcom SNK. That is definitely a sleeper pick, and I like it. Hey, Zach. In my childhood, hey, Zach. Excited for Marvel Dokkan Fighting Souls this year. What do you think about that, Zach? Are you excited for that?
Yeah, that's actually a good one. Yeah, as far as like the modern like Marvel superhero games, that's definitely one to look out for. So I'm for sure excited about that one.
Otaku says, for my Rosie, I would say Persona 4 Arena Ultimax. I'm not a Persona guy. I have one Persona game, and I don't know what the heck I'm doing with it. I have no idea. I got it for Switch. Actually, I picked it up at dirt cheap for nothing. And I was like, everybody says this game's amazing, and yeah, I have no idea what the heck's going on.
Yeah, they're great. I love the Persona game.
Yeah. Religious Fanboy in the house. Religious Fanboy Quentin is going to be on the show. We're planning it right now for movies and TV. My top 4 is Tekken Tag, SmackDown Here Comes the Pain. Sorry, Kirk, I could not put this on the list. Dragon Ball, Xenoverse, and Digimon Rumble. Andy
Nice.
did ask if wrestling games were available, and they are fighting games. I think they're their own brand, but it's your list.
They're on a deep list of.
It's your list. So if you want to
Just
pick
right
it, if you want to pick it, go ahead. Go ahead. I mean, there you go. So, all right, Matt, you're up. Oh man, more people talking. Rob's next guest. Listen, guys,
Hey,
Is
Rob.
that
if you-
Keanu?
if you're not following the Timu Keanu, what are you doing? Popping in Mystacles, you the man, Matt. Just a great show, and the new format is fantastic. By the way, Rob, I love the last guest. The horror genre game show. I've been following those guys for about a year now, just in the background, just seeing the fun, cool stuff. And I was so excited that you had him on there because I love learning about new channels. Dave Bryant's in the house. Dragon Ball Z. Does that make the list? I have a deep cut right there, Isaac, with one of those potentially. David Bryan says, "Hey Bryce, Rob." Everybody's saying hello to Rob. Rob's like a absolute superstar around here. My show is trash. Keep on keeping on. Yeah, it's fun.
You're a
I
humble.
love what you're doing.
You're a
man.
humble man.
Dude, he's like Moses, the most humble man in the world. I mean, like he cannot take a compliment, and he tells everybody he can't take one either. So, Koi Fish, Street Fighter 2 Turbo, Power Stone, Mortal Kombat, the complete edition, number 9, and Marvel Capcom 4. Hey, look, Rushmore right there with Zach. Hey, look, I could keep here. Rob live. Yeah, I can keep reading these chats. I love that y'all are doing that. Let's go, Matt. Let's jump in. What's your
All right.
criteria and drop your 4? We'll be here all night at this rate. Thanks for the chat, guys. Thanks for the chat.
So my criteria when I went through and got what games together I was gonna show tonight, I wasn't really sure if we were doing a top 4 like of our personal favorites or what we think of the top 4 of all time. So I made like several piles. I made 4 that were my favorite to play as a child. I made 4 that were like what I feel like are kind of the best 4 across all time. So I'm gonna do my number 4 right now, but it's kind of hard when Zach
It is
had
hard. Well,
Marvel
hey,
versus Capcom 2 for a number 4.
yeah. So what we've learned is that everybody thinks it's kind of easier. Like, oh yeah, it's easy to put my top 4 together, until we ask you to do it and tell it to everybody on camera, and then everybody tries to make the list so perfect. You're like, man, that's so hard because you want to do 40, or you
Right.
just want to just do 1. But a 4 is like this middle of the road where you have to make some cuts, and it's just hard. So
Yeah.
we love that. So
All right.
go ahead
So
and try your best. Number 4, Rosie. Where you going?
my number 4 is gonna have to be. If I get it in frame
There
there,
it is.
Bushido Blade number 2.
Man.
So
let's get to that.
Bushido Blade's a series that long since needed a reboot, remake, remaster, relaunch, whatever you want to do with it nowadays. When I rented this at Blockbuster for the first time back in the day, it kind of turned me on my head because obviously we all grew up with the Mortal Kombats and the Street Fighters and Tekkens. And when I got to Bushido Blade, I was like, "Where's the health bar? What? How do we determine this?" And then bam, 1 hit, and I was dead. I was like, "Oh, this is a whole different beast when it comes to fighting games." And I feel like it's a really interesting take on fighting games, and anybody who likes the PS1 PS2 era should definitely check them out because it's very, very technical. I mean, 1 hit could end the match. You might get 2 or 3 hits in total before the match is over. Very quick, very decisive. A lot of parrying, a lot of dodging. You know what I mean? A lot of back and forth swaying, strafing. Hey, Iowa Retro Gamer Dad, awesome dude. It's a great one, and Bushido Blade's my number 4, and I think it's about time for a remake or a reboot. And
Hey, so let me just shout out Iowa real quick. Iowa was supposed to be on the show tonight and realized that he had to work. He's probably tuning in from the old job right now. But Iowa moved back, and he's going to be hanging out in this is a good segue, talking about Bushido Blade. he's going to be hanging out with Austin and Taylor, who's from Crybaby Games and Siege. They're going to be doing top 4 games that need a remake. Bushido Blade sounds like it'd be one of those. Oh, look, he says, yep. Hey, we got some top 4s up in there, too. Somebody's talking Power Stone, Koi Fishes, Ultimate MK3, Tekken 3, Super Smash Bros. 4, Marvel vs. Capcom at the 4th spot, another Rushmore. And then here, Dragon Ball Z, Tekken, Fight Night Champion, some good ones. Getting paid to watch the Rushmore show. Man, that sounds like a dream. Yeah, Iowa getting them hours in. So Bushido Blade, Andy, do you know Bushido Blade?
Oh.
This game. And it's PlayStation 1. Is that
It's
correct?
PlayStation 1,
So
yeah.
I played PlayStation 1 for sure, but I didn't have as many games. I was an N64 kid, and it's about that, the same time roughly. So I was always on N64. Now, when PS2 came out, I did get a PS2, and I played a ton of that. So, but no, this is not a game that I really played a ton of, or played at all.
So
but looking it up was pretty cool.
I have small experiences for it. I remember reading about it in, say, an Electronic Gaming Monthly or a Game Pro back in the day, because it's PlayStation 1 time frame, so it's probably an EGM or something. And remember, like, eyes wide open, kind of thinking I wanted that. I did work at KB Toys for a while, probably around the same time frame. Probably had it on the shelf. Yeah, I'm a fan of this game, but I don't have a ton of experience with it. I know all about it. It looks really cool. I'm a PlayStation guy. If I was to pick consoles, we've done that episode. My number 1 is PS2, but I love PlayStation just as a whole set of consoles. I love the controllers, and this is one of those games that was that it was just fairly unique, and I loved it, man. I love the style, the different martial arts, just all the different things that were in it.
It's one of those fighters to where if it doesn't get any attention soon, it won't get any attention ever again. Squaresoft developed. They've been sitting on the IP for who knows how long, and they probably will continue to sit on it. And, the price of it, it's not real expensive, but it's not real cheap for what it is either. You know what I mean? So when people go out seeking PS1 games for their collection, unless they're already in the know, it's going to be a title that gets passed over pretty often, because if you don't know about it and the price is that high, unless you heard about it on a video or something, you're most likely not going to get it. So I'd like to give it its due right here, Bushido Blade.
Yeah, Iowa says Bushido Blade was awesome. Literally one of the few games I played when I could win in one strike. Isaac is talking Tekken out here. Law is his favorite because of Bruce Lee. I have a huge Bruce Lee quote in my room. I'm a teacher, and it says, it's just it's like a huge poster, and it says, mistakes are always forgiven if one has the courage to admit them. Every time a kid comes and says, he hit me, and all that, and I go, did you do that? And no. And everybody's pointing at him. I go, can you read the poster for me? Yes, I did it. Go sit down. I mean, it's awesome. I love that poster. No one said this PS1 Star Wars one, right? Not yet. Not yet. We're only on pick number 2 of the first round, which is crazy. We're gonna be here all night if we don't get going. So, yeah, man, let's get this thing. Andy, what's going on, Andy? Andy's zooming into the.
It's a nice futon.
we'll let Andy figure that out, whatever he's got going on. So, anyways, Zach, Bushido Blade.
It's kind of funny because with like Bushido Blade, my only experience with it was playing the demo discs for like PlayStation 1, right? Like you were able to play Bushido Blade 1 and 2, and that's literally was the extent of my experience with with that game. But it is definitely unique for sure. Like the fact that it only takes one hit, for your character to get KO'd. So yeah, that's been my experience with it, just being able to play through like the demo discs. But I do understand why people have a lot of nostalgia for it, why there's like a fan following for it for sure.
Yeah. Good pick. All right, Andy, you're up. You're up.
Yeah.
Having some technical difficulties over there?
Yeah, I had somebody trying to call me. How rude.
How rude.
How
Rude.
And then because I'm
should
recording through my
know.
phone, it blacks everything out, and then when the audio, everything gets messed up.
Yeah.
But I'm back. I'm back, and that's what
I'm
matters.
back from outer space. All right.
Yeah. So let me get back where I am. Here we go.
Let's do that.
Got to get that those Funko Pops out of the picture. Yeah. So fighting games. This was. We keep saying it was difficult for you guys. It was pretty easy for me. Again, if you know me, like movies, I get stuck on certain games and I just play those. I don't play everything, but the ones that I do play, I love. And these ones all have fond memories. It's all nostalgia for me. There's kind of stories, I guess, to certain ones of why they ranked as high as they did. But if you're a 90s and 2000s kid like me, I don't think there's any complaining about this list today. So my Rosie, though, coming in hot, probably. I know, Zach, you came in hot with Marvel vs. Capcom right on the 4, but I'm going to come in really hot, and I'm going to say my Rosie, Super Smash Bros. Melee for the GameCube, is going to be my pick. Now, I love Super Smash Bros. For the N64. I have it. I play it. Melee added the other characters. I remember on GameCube. Now, good friend of the show, Justin Toops. He's been on before. He we would go to his house, or he would come over and we would play Melee for hours. And I just loved this game. Obviously you had your characters that you were able to have, on previous ones, all the same guys, the Mario, Luigi, Yoshi's, those kinds of guys, Link, Samus, all those types of things, Captain Falcon. But then they added in Bowser, you got Peach, you got Zelda, you got Young Link, Ganondorf, Mewtwo, the Ice Climbers, right? But you got Marth, you got Roy, you got Mr. Game & Watch, Falco, all of these different additions now to the roster. But yeah, this is this was the ultimate get together and party and hangout game. Now, again, it's Nintendo. Nintendo is big on that, right? It's gathering people together to play a game. But this is one of the best multiplayer, best fighting games of all time. It was smooth, like it wasn't clunky. It wasn't trying to be something that it wasn't. I love all of the extra, items that you can get along the way throughout the whole thing. The level design for everything was super duper fun. But yeah, I am going to go with Super Smash Bros. Melee as my pick. And then also on top of that, I know we're doing, the fighting game side of it, but the other like obstacle course type things that you got to do during this game were super fun too. But from a fighting game standpoint, Super Smash Bros., the reason that it is as big as it is, there's no denying it.
So you're going Melee GameCube over the 64? Is that what I heard?
Just because you can add some characters. I mean, I figured if I'm going to pick one Super Smash Bros., I'm going to pick one.
I mean, you're such a 64 guy. I figured you were going to go there. So it's on my Benjamins today. It's an honorable mention today. At least this iteration is for sure. I had it here in case somebody said it. Yeah, it's such a great game, man. This is when I was in Iraq, I bought a GameCube, and mainly for this game. So I was like, "Give me the GameCube." I bought it online, and then they were both sitting here waiting when I came home. I love the game, love the characters, love the whole idea. I'm sure it's going to be mentioned again later, but somebody mentioned it in the chat. Square Pegs. He did a video the other day of using characters in other kinds of games. So like Mario in other games or whatever. And he mentioned all these games, and I was like, bro, the first one I'm thinking of was Smash. It wasn't even on the list. And I was like, because it's just so cool to have Link fight Mario. I mean, that's just it. And so we talk about it. Link's my guy. But good pick, man. Good pick. You guys like Melee?
Of course.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
So Otaku says, but I'm more of a Brawl or Ultimate Linda Smash guy. Yeah, Melee was so awesome when I was a young teen. They have compilations of tournament crash outs. It's definitely competitive.
I'll say the Hyrule Temple too was a really cool level. I just remember playing that one a ton.
MF
Where you were down
Kuwait.
underneath it and everything.
Yeah, that's my dude right there, MF Kool-Aid.
MF Kuwait says the competition skill ceiling for Melee is one of the biggest communities still around. Great choice.
Yeah.
MF, man, sending you I've seen you in the chat of Mystacles. Welcome to the show. And I'm sending you a bar. So French. So, okay, you guys love those picks. Well, let's not give characters away because we might do that later. So, depending on, I mean, this show's going to be about 10-hour show at this rate. So, Andy,
Watch out, Joe Rogan.
Watch out, Joe Rogan. Put the women and children to bed. Oh wait. Wow, little Timmy just messaged me and said he got his YouTube account back. Maybe we're gonna see him here in the chat. Did we see him in the chat? Did he already come by?
I didn't see him yet.
All right. Well, maybe he'll swing by. Farhan is come on by. Look, I'm gonna tell him. Come on by. So let me jump into my chat. I've got a stack of games here of some of the ones I still have. Fighting games. It was a big deal in the arcade. Fighting games was the first games that I can remember that I wanted to go to the arcade to play. What I mean by that is I love the arcade, but I remember like going to the mall and the arcade was there. And so we're shopping, we're doing whatever. Hey, can I have some quarters to go play in the arcade? Right? Parents go shop, I go play in the arcade. I remember when some of these real big fighting games showed up, it was the reason I went to the mall. Like, all right, the very first time I'm going to play that game. And when you get there, there'd be like quarters lined up all down. You guys know what I'm talking about. I'm not telling y'all anything you don't know. Quarters all the way down the line. And then I would sit there and I'd watch. I'd like put my quarter up and I'm like ready to go. And I'd watch all these guys play. And then I'd just take my quarter and go, I'll come back later. Because these guys are so good, right? Like, it's amazing. But arcade games, man. I loved it in the arcade. And then, of course, you buy that port over to whether it's, early Super Nintendo, which is kind of the first one that I remember kind of really trying, Super Nintendo Genesis, that iteration, and then moving on to all the other iterations. And now, I mean, I bought one for the Switch the other day. I say the other day, a couple months ago, and playing that game, it's so in-depth and so crazy. Like, it's fun to play, but it's definitely, for me, a button masher, right? Because it's so in-depth to learn all these moves and skills and finishers and yada yada. I love this genre. It's a fun genre just to plug in, play for a little bit, and get out. Right? You just have a few minutes. Even if you're just gonna fight one or two matches, right? I was just doing that earlier back here. Y'all guys are typing, but my buddy Kevin's in the chat. Kevin says, from the amount of time I've spent on a fighting game, I have to go with the OG Street Fighter 2. Put in way too much of my life on it. Yeah, I totally agree with you, Kevin. Let me get to my Rosie. So I picked a ton of games, retro, that I put time in, that I love playing. They're my favorites. They're my go-to. If I'm sitting on a Rushmore Island and I can only pick 4, these are the ones I want to play and have tournaments with you guys with my limited Wi-Fi, right? And so my number 4, and Andy, I'm coming in hot because very much like you, right? You love the Smash Brothers, but I'm going with this iteration here, and I'm going with Super Smash Brothers Brawl, which added more characters like my guy Snake and Sonic and those, but this was on the Wii version, and I remember what I love about this one. It had a little bit of a platformer that you can get your guys better. It added so many more characters. It had a storyline a little different, and just like Otaku, he said that was one of the ones I put a lot of time in this. Just a ton of hours into this game, and it's my favorite Smash version. And so I'm gonna go with Super Smash Brothers Brawl for the Wii. And yeah, there's my guy right there. Yeah, and if I could play Link in most games, I'm doing it. I would add it Pit for the Icarus, which I thought his name was Icarus until this game, but there you go. His name's Pit. And then yeah, so I'm gonna go Brawl. Close, almost a Rushmore, but Super Smash Brothers Brawl.
It's a great pick.
Nice.
And then you get Sonic in this one.
And I loved all those characters, but I'm still
Bomberman.
Oh yeah, Bomberman.
Waluigi.
Yeah. Waluigi. Yeah. So there you go, man. You guys like Brawl?
I actually fell off after Melee. Like, I think I have Brawl and I have the one for Wii U, but I don't have Ultimate. I love the Switch and everything. I just kind of fell off. Like, it just kind of peaked at Melee for me. I'm still more of a 64 fan. Like, I've done 64
I will say
tournaments,
this.
but
I will say this. You're right. There is a bit of I've played some of the newer ones.
can you
And
use the classic controller on that on Brawl? You
You
can.
can. You can plug the GameCube in it or whatever, and then you play
Oh.
with that. And then you can
That's
play
kinda
with
cool.
the regular. But yeah. Kevin
Yeah,
says
and
after
like-
Street Fighter 2, Power Stone, which has been mentioned a couple times, Soul Calibur, and there it is.
Or was
Triple,
Capcom.
quadruple,
Yeah.
quadruple Marvel vs. Capcom 2, Rushmore, Super Smash Brothers Brawl. Heck yeah. They had the Twilight Princess. Yep, they had Twilight Princess Link in it. Yep. So Andy, that's first round. Zach, did you like this one? By
Nice.
the way?
Yeah, I mean, definitely. It's funny because Brawl was actually one of my choices
Benjamin?
for like an honorable mention
We
because
took a Benjamin.
it
Yeah.
was one of those games where there was just so much fan service for like being a Nintendo fan, and like the fact that like there were levels from the previous games in Brawl, and you had bonus characters. I'm a huge fan of Sonic, so yeah, Brawl is amazing. I love that game.
Yeah, and this catalog, dude, like we don't have, man.
Yeah,
Day,
that is
Meta
amazing.
Knight. I mean, this thing is just that, right? So, anyways, they have like I don't know what you guys think, but they have some stupid characters like Pikmin. I like.
Hey, everybody loves Pikmin.
I mean, I love to look.
There are
at
no
them, but I
ice
don't-
climbers. No ice
They're not-
climbers.
They're
Yeah.
ice climbers, but
They left them out.
they're not.
Squirtle. Yeah. So, anyways, that's round one, and we're almost at an hour. We got to get moving. Round two. Now, look, we don't have to say anything else now, Zach. We just need to jump in, and it's TJ Jazzy Jeff, our fun name for Theodore Thomas Jefferson. And so, who's your TJ? Number 3 on your list.
Okay, awesome. Yeah, so my Jazzy Jeff, if you will, is DBZ Budokai 3.
Hey, that was mentioned
Yeah.
in the chat.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that was
absolutely. I
definitely-
saw it. Yeah, and I mean, to make it quickly and everything, I pretty much mastered this game. Like I'm like really great at this game. I don't know about some of you all, but like back in the day, like I wanted to make sure that I was able to unlock everything, right? So I actually printed out. This is like a little like study guide, if you will, or strategy guide from IGN back in the day. That's how we used to do it. We used to be able to
Yeah.
just go online and print it out. And yeah, I'm pretty much a beast at this game. I will say that. Had a lot of great matches with like my siblings and growing up. And I could talk all day about the mechanics of this game and why I like it even better than the Tenkaichi series. I know that is a hot take for some of you in the chat. But yeah, Budokai 3 is just like phenomenal. It's amazing. I grew up watching DBZ as an anime and being able to, fight as Goku, Vegeta, all the other characters, Broly, his father, Bardock, like amazing. So I can't praise this enough, but yeah, that's my choice.
So yeah, I
good
love
choice.
that. I love that whole printed out thing. We used to write them up, but I forgot to show y'all this. This is like a go-to. When you buy a fighting game, it's like you know all the moves, right? So you gotta have either where you print it out, you have a book, you have something. And there's the standard moves that almost all of them do, the whatevers. But you're gonna finish out. You're gonna find out the finishers.
You gotta
and all
go.
that.
You gotta go real old school though. Kirk
Yes.
didn't just print them out on the internet. He used to call the Zelda hotline.
The Zelda hotline. I have not ever called the Zelda hotline. Or the Nintendo Power hotline. I've never done that. Yeah. My mom would have killed. She'd have been like, "Oh no," she'd have took my life. So no, I ain't calling it. So Dragon Ball Z. Look, I will say this. Without giving a potential pick later, I have one that I might mention later in the honorable mentions. One deep down there. I'm not a huge anime fan. We've talked about this if you've seen the show a while, but I appreciate Dragon Ball Z. I love the characters. We have so many students that come to school that are like, they get to pick nicknames as long as they're appropriate. At least one kid per class picks Goku. And then once somebody picks Goku, somebody usually starts saying other names like Vegeta or whatever. I love Dragon Ball as a franchise, but I just don't know the history and the lore. I didn't watch a lot of it. We've got tons of friends like Omari that has come on the show that is like in it to win. And I just didn't have that with this particular show. So but and that matter of fact, Andy, I think in PS2, Omari said that was his George, that game right there.
It was definitely on his list for sure.
It was definitely on his list. But anyways, good pick. Matt, do you like this?
Oh yeah. Oh dude, great pick, bro. I love this. You actually knocked out my number 3, which I had the HD. I've been working on 100% in the HD, PS3 version of that game.
Nice.
Even with Dragon Ball Fighter Z out, I say it's pretty much peak 2D Dragon Ball action. When it comes
Hey,
to,
look at this. Zach,
Thank you.
Iowa Retro Gamer Dad with a 5 bomb, a little dono.
Nice.
Look, hey, listen, that's a good real pause, like just a short pause. I know we've been going a while. My list is going to be Bloody Roar, which he mentioned. He's supposed to be on the show today. He said, "I hope somebody mentions Bloody Roar." Street Fighter 2, Mortal Kombat 2, and finally Killer Instinct for SNES would have been his
all
run
classics.
All classics, all great games. But what I was going to say is, if you guys are a part of a membership here, or you send any donos, I just want to show you real quick what we decided to do with them. One, you helped us to get StreamYard again for a year. We almost left StreamYard, but StreamYard gave us a half discount, so we stayed. And then the other thing we did is this, Andy, and I put it on here so we can show them, because last week we didn't have it ready. But
right here, I could unfold it, but
for our conventions, we did this, and it's a great banner to have at our tables, and you guys helped get that, and it's going to just be another way to share what we do here and share the ministry of Reboot, what we do, and we appreciate that. We've never taken any other money out for anything else. It's still sitting in there, so this will probably go to something else towards getting to conventions and spreading the gospel and whatever. So thank you, man. Thank you so much. Hey, so let's get moving. Matt, you're up. Let's go to your number 2 or number 3 on the mountain. Your second pick today.
All right.
Yeah.
For number 3, we're going back to the Versus series, but I think this is kind of the unsung hero, if you will, of the Versus series. We're talking about Tatsunoko versus Capcom for the Wii. Not a lot of people know about this one. It's not been ported, even with all the new collection packs, Fighting Collection 1, 2, Marvel vs. Fighting Collection. This one ain't been ported yet. And it's a Tatsunoko, animation studio. I think one of the most notable things was like One Punch Man or something like that. I haven't seen it myself, but this is top tier, Capcom versus game right here. You only have the GameCube, classic controller and the Wiimote, at your disposal. I prefer the classic controller. I'm sure a lot of people could, play it with the GameCube controller just fine. But for everybody who's a fan of the Versus series and you have a Wii, you're doing yourself a disservice if you don't check out Tatsunoko. Let me try to get a good shot here. Tatsunoko versus Capcom. And it's not super cheap, but it's not real expensive either.
Hey, so and look, right on time, right on time. I was just about to say, I'm pretty sure Kevin talked about Tatsunaku last week or 2 weeks ago, or recently, and opened my eyes to this game. Maybe it was Bryce that brought it up. I'm trying to say I'm just not a big anime guy, so I didn't know it. But yeah, oh yeah, we were talking Wii games, and Bryce brought it up as an honorable mention.
I didn't even know the studio. I mean, I do now that I know the studio and some different things they've done, but I don't even watch a lot of the animes that they've done. Doesn't matter. It doesn't even matter. If you like the Versus series, you're gonna like this game.
Got to grab some samples and run them for work, man. Much love, man. Thanks so much.
I was that dude.
Tatsu Noko, not Tatsu Noku.
Oh
Listen,
yeah, I'm horrible.
I will just say both of those look like they're exactly the same to me. Yeah, being from South Louisiana, all of our stuff is garbled. So yeah. But thanks for helping. So, all right, man. This is a great game. Andy, I know you probably have almost zero clue to this, right?
Zero.
Yeah.
Zero. But I mean, it's a
learned-
versus game. I looked it up. You know, it's pretty much.
I learned about it when Bryce, I think, brought it up for Wii. Yeah. Do you know this game, Zach?
Yeah, definitely. And such a great pick, Matt. That's one that, unless you're in the Versus series, that you really don't hear about. And I remember whenever I bought my copy, I wish I would have gotten the fight stick that actually goes along with the game. But that is an amazing game for the Wii. And if you are like an OG Versus fans like you and I are, amazing.
Is this one of those games that runs $1 bazillion?
I mean, I think it's last time I seen it was like 50, 60, I think.
Yeah, like around there.
Yeah, I'm pulling it up because
Now, like the fight stick, the fight stick itself. Now that one, you're gonna be paying.
I bet you it could start going up though, because with all the collection packs out, all the mainline Versus games have been ported now. So, and it's debatable about frame rates or whatever with that, and all that, but most people are going to be happy with the ports for modern consoles. But Tatsunaku has not been ported yet, so you could see it get a boost.
It totally needs a new port or sequel. Bryce, look, there he is. I love it. Yeah, Bryce,
Yes.
didn't you mention this in your Wii episode 2 weeks ago? Hey, and don't let me glaze over this and miss. Showed 86 in the house. We've missed you. We haven't seen you in a while. Welcome back, man. Howdy. Say hello. Everybody hit the like before you head out. Make sure you do that. And, if you want to share it around, cool. But at least hit the like for us. That'd be amazing. And there are roster differences between the import and US, says Kev. Kev knows more about video games than I mean, he's forgot more than I know, for sure. So, man, good pick. Andy, what's your next pick?
Yeah. So my top three. These were on heavy rotation as a kid. I was playing the mess out of these games. This game is one that I felt like when I was playing it as a kid, it was like a well-kept secret. It wasn't maybe one of those mainline ones, but as I grew older, I realized that there is a big love for this game, and it's a pretty big game. But I loved this game. I used to throw this in. If it's one of the games that I have the Super Nintendo. I need to start adding some games to my collection, and this is one of those games that I absolutely want. It's one of my favorite games of all time. I'm going with Samurai Showdown. Samurai Showdown was one of the greatest fighting games. I loved this game. Pretty standard fighting game, but man, did they have some cool characters with some different techniques. I mean, some of the characters had animals that were essentially like a weapon that you could use. Earthquake was great. Hanzo was super crazy fast. Then you had like the crazy, essentially, Blanca type guy that was in that.
Gamer Aimer's in the house.
Yes. What's up, Gamer Aimer? But yeah,
Drop your top 4 fighting games, Brandy.
Yeah, I loved Samurai Showdown. Samurai Showdown I played a ton as a kid. I loved the cutscenes afterwards. If you would win, it would go to their face, and they'd like smack talk the other person. They each had their kind of own little thing they would say. Earthquake was awesome. He took up half the screen. He was super slow, but you didn't have to go fast because you only needed 2 steps to get to the other side.
He had like a weird weapon too,
he had like a chain, like axe type thing. He would, or you'd roll with him. But dude, every character was different in their own like really really cool way. I always though would play as, and I'm going to pronounce it wrong, but it's Ukyo. It's the blue samurai,
Dude,
blue
he
hair
was awesome.
samurai one. That was the one that I would always pick. If I remember, it's like they were facing backwards the whole time and would fight. It was anyway. Samurai Showdown is my pick. Love, 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 love this game. So many fond memories.
Yeah. So, do you guys love this game?
Yeah, Samurai Showdown's a great one. I think I have it on the Genesis, and there's tons of different definitive. Like if you have it on the Neo Geo, if you're playing it straight up on the arcade, it's probably the best way. But yeah, I wouldn't say I have a whole lot of experience with it, but it's definitely one I pick up and play from time to time.
Right behind.
Yeah. And then for me, like I honestly don't have as much experience with like Samurai Showdown. I maybe have played it like a couple times, like here and there. But it seems like a really great fighter for sure, especially with all the weapons.
So crazy fun. I mean, it just like, of course, like back in the day, like, and I'll probably talk about this for the next 3 picks. Yes, you can learn the moves, you can learn the different kind of intricacies of the fighter, but it was just such a fun game to even button mash, and just like you didn't have to overthink it, man. It was just really, really awesome. And the music in it's cool. All of, like you kind of see this little cutscene that's happening right here. Was super fun, but
hey, so Andy, just want to tell you something.
Oh, do you want to tell me?
Dude, it's so funny because I was literally putting the game on when you said it to get ready, and yeah, this is my pick for sure. This is the one that I went to the arcade to play the most. I love this game in the arcade. You mentioned the big old guy. It just had big sprites, so when you saw it, you're like your eyes lit up. That the guy that you were talking about that kind of fights backward, keeps his sword sheath and just keeps pulling it. And he's really awesome. He is probably my second favorite, well, maybe third favorite, but I liked the main character. There he is right there, the guy you were talking about.
Haomaru?
Ukyo, there he is right there. Uh-huh. But yeah, I like the Ryu clone.
Yeah.
I liked him, and he also had the same moves as far as controls go. But I liked him, and then I liked the guy with the dog. He reminded me like Shinobi or something.
Galford. Yeah.
Yeah, I like Galford. Yeah. And so those are my 2 favorites mainly. But I did like the guy with the backwards approach. I had Brawl at 4, and my 1 and 2 were stuck, and I kept bouncing between 3 or 4 different games in and out. I'm very concerned about my honorable mentions going forward. Andy, we might smash all the way out, right? And if we do, my honorable mentions are in trouble because I'm at the back end. So yeah, this is my pick to click.
Tam was another really cool
dude. He was cool. Yeah,
he was like a Mayan Indian native kind of. He was really cool. He threw
I almost switched this out when you said it just to preserve some later picks because this one could have moved, but I couldn't. This is the one I went to the arcade. I already kind of was precursoring it. What I loved most about this, and you have some other games later, and there's been some mention that had weapons. This member, like playing that wasn't just fighting. You had swords, you had weapons, and I was like, dude, that's really, really cool. And then I really did I think it's SNK, right? And so SNK and Capcom and all those guys, get the verses. They're all kind of doing similar stuff. And so we had the same kind of pattern. So it wasn't hard to learn a lot of what they were doing. You know, the back forth, the half circles, the forward half circles. It was all kind of similar stuff. So I really love this game. Great pick. First Rushmore of the day. Yeah, and you guys already talked about it. So we could jump into halftime, and we actually caught up time because of that, Andy. That's another thing. We caught up some time. So good picks, good picks. So look, 17 of you in the chat. Hopefully you all have hit the like button so far. Don't go nowhere, because this is an opportunity we get to kind of talk about our community a little bit. And Andy, has that been off the whole time? What? Wait, I don't know why that's off, but let me click that back on. Right there. Oh, all right. So with that being said, let's talk about our friends over at Culture Box. Let's talk about our coffee, and let's talk about our member of the week. While Andy gets those videos rocking and rolling and ready, let me share a couple things. If you saw that picture that I just showed you of our banner, I put this on it. This is Christian creators. Anybody who is a Christian creator out there, if you want to be on this, this is to share with people at conventions while we're doing Nerd Church. And if you're not, no shame, man. I mean, not everybody's channel is Christian. We like to say ours is we're not a Christian channel, but we're not a Christian channel. But what I would love is when I meet people out at the conventions, they're like, I didn't know I could like video games still. I didn't know I could dress like a furry and still love Jesus. And I go, well, here's 140, 150 people that say otherwise. So if you want to be in the directory, let me know. If you go here to this, you can go to rushmorereboot.weebly.com, and you can see this whole list. You can see everybody here. You can go follow everybody. Some are video gamers, some are cosplayers, all kinds of stuff. So if you're a believer and you love that, go check this out. The other thing is the next set of conventions we're going to. Andy's going to be at a convention in about a week, right? So not this weekend, but next weekend is Peloton. Andy, you told me you were putting your message together. He's going to be preaching at Peloton. Corey Daggerpont, shout out to him. It's going to be in Denham Springs, Louisiana. And then the next one after that is this one, Morgan City RetroCon, February 28th. And then the next one after that is the Augusta. And David Bryant was in the chat. I don't know if he's still hanging out. Augusta Gaming Expo. I'll be down there for sure. Andy potentially be there. Bryce will be there. Retro Wolf is going to be there. A lot of people will be down over in Augusta Gaming Expo. And then St. Tammany Collectors Con and Siege will finish out the kind of what we're doing for conventions this year. Come and find us. Come see us. If you want to be a part of these, let me know. I can connect you. It's just really awesome to connect with people. Some of my friends, some of Zach's friends seem to be in the Louisiana area. This one is in Gonzales. This one's in Morgan City, and Peloton is in Denham Springs. Not only do we go there and have a booth, and we're the MCs, and we do all the panels, and we shout out, and we interview who we've interviewed. Andy, we've interviewed what? Princess Peach. We've interviewed voices. We interviewed
Grant Kirkhope.
Yeah, which did the music for Bond and all that stuff. And then we've interviewed wrestlers. We've interviewed who else did we interview? So many random folks that show up.
The wrestling one was fun because I felt like Gene Okerlund. Like I was in the middle of.
Well, you know, being Gene, and they were arguing between. Matter of fact, I just pulled out those pictures.
That was a lot of fun.
I pulled out those pictures yesterday. When you're doing it, I'll get them. Yeah. So come out to the conventions, not only to support the community, but if you come on Sunday, Andy and I will be preaching a message, and it usually goes with the theme of the show. So, Andy, why don't you tell everybody about our coffee, about Culture Box, and about our member of the week?
Sounds good. Check out the Village Coffee, the official coffee of the Rushmore Show.
Let's face it, at-home coffee can be pretty stale. Coffee at home doesn't have to be boring. The Village Coffee is here to deliver the flavor. The Village Coffee roasts coffee every week and sells online. Go to villagebeans.com to order your coffee today and use discount code Rushmore for free shipping. The Cellcast hosts Jacob and Drew review animated movies and TV shows, discussing what they appreciate about the medium in whatever form it takes, whether it's a traditional hand-drawn animated movie, claymation shorts, or a 3D CGI series. Check out some animated reviews when you subscribe to The Cellcast at thecellcast.podbean.com. And don't forget, Cell is spelled with a C and a single L at thecellcast.podbean.com. Zach, the Iowa Retro Gamer Dad, brings heart, honesty, and heat to retro gaming, collecting, and pack ripping with his son. From tackling addiction and mental health to calling out scalpers and celebrating nostalgia, this channel is where real talk meets real fun. Follow the journey at youtube.com/@Iowa Retro Gamer Dad. And also follow along on Instagram and Twitch.
Well, I found one of them. Is it right here? Nope. Well, here's one of the guys that we interviewed. That's Vladimir Koloff. Everybody needs more Koloff. And he was going against Mustang Mike. And I have Mustang Mike's picture around here somewhere too. But that was fun times, Andy. And so a little shout out. Marcus is in the chat. Destination Switch, the video game votary. He's going to be on the show next week, right? For Easter eggs. He's the one on next week for Easter eggs. Can't wait. And who's going to throw some time killers out there? Maybe soon. Mortal Kombat Trilogy. Grand Blue Fantasy versus Rising. In Guard. Victorially. Yes. So a lot of people. Gamer Aimer says, Mortal Kombat 2 for the win. Most nostalgic. Street Fighter 2 is a must. There's the Mortal Kombat. Marvel vs. Capcom 2, and so many other great relics. Yeah, good. Yeah, absolutely, Marcus. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being here next week. We are stoked. So, Andy, I think that's all that we need to do for the commercials in the week. But just a little shout out. Culture Box, which is the Cellcast, that is a group of like-minded creators that we partner with, and we share one every week. Please go follow them. They're great people. And Cellcast is going to be on in a couple weeks. He's going to do parody songs, funny songs. It's in the music section, so that's going to be fun. Grailbound, what's up? Really, I will play any fighting game and win. Yeah. You probably will kill me because I am terrible at playing.
How many fighting games, Gamer, are in your bathtub?
That if you were here last week, she said she has a ton of games hanging out in her bathtub. Hey, what's up? She said. To Marcus. Hi. So, anyways, let's get back in it. Zach, second round. Here we go. Link. This is a softball pitch for a game with Link in it, right? There's a couple I can think of right off the top, right off the rip. But pick whatever game you want. Okay. What is your link for Abraham Lincoln? We think he's the second best. She said all of them. All of them are in the bathtub. All of them.
All right, awesome.
Best game. Fighting game.
Yeah, so my second best game is a part of a series, and it's a particular game in a series, a notable fighting game franchise, if you will. And this particular entry in the franchise came out in 2009. I was in college as an undergrad at that time, and I think the last iteration of this game came out in 2014. So it definitely had a pretty long span, especially for the fighting game community. Like, this particular game made me appreciate and fall in love with competitive gaming, with the fighting game community. And I just remember, between study breaks and on weekends, being able to play this game with one of my good friends who's in the chat here. Him and I would team up together and play this game and try to perfect our characters and go at each other. This game is the reason why I ended up buying my very first arcade fight stick. And if you're wondering what that game is, it is Street Fighter 4.
Wow.
Yes, Street Fighter 4. And this is the Ultra version. This is like the last iteration that came out for Street Fighter 4. What's unique about the Ultra version is that you can actually not only pick your character, but you can select what version of your character to play. So whether you want, Super Street Fighter 4, arcade edition, or just Super Street Fighter 4, or the very first, Street Fighter 4 game, you can pick whatever iteration of your character that you want, that like you want, just to see, over time, how did they improve the mechanics of each character. So yeah, definitely had to put this as my number 2. Like, I spent a lot of time playing Street Fighter 4, and once again, it just introduced me to the fighting game community, to Evo, and the reason why I ended up buying my very first arcade fight stick while in college. So yeah.
Nice.
Nice.
Good pick.
Heck of a pick. I'll let you guys talk on it. Matt, is this a game that you enjoy?
So, bro, when it comes to Street Fighter, I kind of got locked in on 2D. Like, I haven't checked out any type of modern type of Street Fighter at all. And I was actually talking to my girl about this the other day. She's a huge fighting fan. Like, on Friday nights, sometimes we do our Fight Night Fridays, where we'll stream multiple different fighting games in one night. And we were talking the other night, like, man, we've played a newer Killer Instinct, but we haven't played any new Street Fighter or any new Virtual Fighter or any new Tekken. Like, we've kind of been sleeping on them. So that one in particular, I got no experience. I need to get into it though.
So
yeah, highly recommend.
You had Matt, you had mentioned collections, right? This is the one collection that I have. And these are I haven't played any past this. So I got this 30th anniversary of it. And it goes up to 3, I believe. And it has like 25 iterations in here. Let's see, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, like 14.
Yeah.
Different games in it. It's a collection. I've played most of those, but I haven't played 4. But when I pulled up, best games, we were talking about it earlier with the Marvel versus Capcom. This one was widely said, it was widely praised for the community towards fighting games that it's brought online. It talked about it at an extent, and I see some of the people in the chat talking about it, that it's just one of those games that brings people together. I haven't played it specifically, but I mean, any form of Street Fighter is a good pick. I like it. And with that, speaking of Street Fighters, I found him. Here he is. So Mustang Mike. These two guys. We were in between these two guys doing Mean Gene as they were yelling at each other and sweating all over us. It was crazy.
If I can look half that good at that guy's age, I mean,
what? Yeah,
he's like half that good at.
Guy's like 60.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Since we're talking about Street Fighter, I'll show you guys something cool real quick. Keep talking.
Yes.
I'll show you something.
Seeing cool things.
We love cool things. We love show and tell. So, Zach, this is a great pick. Andy, have you played part 4?
Not 4. I'm not. I'm very much in the Mystacles kind of realm of Street Fighter.
I'll tell you where you lost me, Zach. And not where you lost me. I love games. There was a time in my life that I kind of paused on purchasing and buying and collecting games. And it was the PlayStation 3, right? And so going up to like that whole era of games, I missed out on PS3, PS4. Now PS5, I've played a bunch of games and a bunch of things, but I don't own one. My son's actually was raising funds to buy one. I said this last week, and then he decided not to use the money for that. He decided to use it for other things. But he was raising money to get games and a whole system in games, and we never ended up getting it. So I have like all the way up to PlayStation 2, Xbox 360, all the old retro stuff. I just don't have a really new system aside from the Switch. And so I don't have this one. I never got to play it, but I know I would love it. I know it's fun. It just looks great.
If anything too, I mean, the good thing is that since this did come out on the PS3, it's also available too on the Xbox 360. So
Yeah.
I would say, you know, you can always pick it up there for
Okay.
sure.
Well, I
It's
mean, I would
probably
love that you
available
could jump into
digitally
the
around,
PS3
too.
eventually and the PS4 and all that. I'm not anti those. I love those systems. It's just there was a time in my life getting married, and a lot of things that went on with that. Really big part of our testimony, why I'm even Christian, is when all that stuff. There's just a lot of things going on in my life, and video games weren't in it. And so, I'd love to go back and visit some of those games again. Hey, 19 of you in the chat. If you haven't hit the like button already, go do it. We got a lot of people talking in the chat. Brandy's telling us all about Killer Instinct. Yeah, that's a great pick. And Otaku says my other two picks are Tekken 8 and Blaze Blue Chrono Phantasma Extend.
Ooh,
That is
good
a
one.
long title for number one. I got to dip out. Mecha Otaku, we'll see you in about a month and a half on the show. We've got to pick our topic. And I have somebody I think that's on the show with you.
We are at 29 likes currently on the on
Yeah,
the video.
whenever it gets to 30, it takes a
telling
big
you,
step,
we're
and
going
then when it gets to 50, it takes an even bigger step. So we get that is just amazing. There was a time in my life when I had time in my life to get good at each fight again. Kevin is, hey, Bill Keys in the house. Bill, when are you coming on the show for real? Bill is in the convention scene with us. Great dude. Go follow him. He does a lot of live gaming. Bill Keys' channel is all about games. Go check him out. Andy. Wait, Andy, are you up?
Yes.
Oh, wait. Show the Street Fighter thing there,
Oh,
Matt.
yeah,
What you
yeah,
got?
Oh, okay. Real quick, guys. So
No, I'm-
anybody who's 90s kid is gonna love this. I collect certain toys, only a very specific brand, Toy Biz brand, and it's for the video game All-Star series. And I just now realized that there's a Street Fighter portion of that. So
Oh,
Oh, yeah. Oh, that's cool.
my
who remembers these? Like
That is
Yeah.
totally
Toy-
sweet.
I love
Toy Biz.
Hey, so Bill
and
Keys.
Juggernaut and Chun Li, of course. I mean, what a great.
And this is the Street Fighter versus X-Men, by the way. That's what this is from.
Yeah, that
Juggernaut,
is awesome.
Chun-Li.
So, when I played slow pitch softball, they made a Juggernaut bat, and it was right about the same time they had that meme. And I'm not going to say the whole thing, but I'm the Juggernaut, blank. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so we changed our name. We changed our name when we were playing slow pitch to the Juggernauts, and that was one of my favorite like titles for a name of our team ever.
You believe I picked that up just last year for just $20?
Oh my
Yeah,
God.
that's crazy.
It's like it was like 96 or something.
Gamer says, how much is it? She'd love to put it in her bathroom. That's good.
No, Brandy, this is mine.
Chun-Li.
This one's mine, Brandy.
Naomi is wide-eyed over there. Bill, just real heads up. The next round for video games is July and August. If you want to be in that round, we'll talk again. We'll see you at the conventions, but we'd love to have you on for real.
I got the whole set for Resident Evil, Brandy. You would love those.
Brandy says, bah, ha, ha, ha. Yeah. So, well, Matt, you're up, Matt.
So number 2?
Mhm.
Yes.
Yeah, your second
Okay.
best game of all time.
Okay. So another sort of unsung series here. The second one had just gotten ported to one of the collection packs, the Capcom Fighting Collection 2. But the first one is still yet to receive a port, and it's one of my favorite fighting games of all time, Rival Schools. So,
Oh my gosh, I forgot about that game.
If you don't know about Rival Schools, I would say it's in the vein of Tekken. It's
Yeah.
kind of a 3D technical fighter. Like you can button mash, but you're only going to get so far in the scaling of the difficulties button mashing. Like you'll have fun button mashing, but once you hit a certain point, you start really learning the technicals, ins and outs of this game. And it's so fun. When you get to a certain skill level, you can start juggling people and everything else. And the special moves in these games are outrageous. And the second one I was telling you about, because there's a series, Project Justice, that's also on the Fighting Collection 2, Capcom Fighting Collection 2, but Rival Schools has yet to be ported to anything as far as I know. Anybody in the chat or anything, correct me on that. But
Gamer Brandy is enjoying your collection of Resident Evil, and Sneaky says Cammy Fire, and yeah. Wait, hold on.
Cammy, oh yeah. Everyone loves Cammy.
Andy, that was a super veteran move. So we like to call it a veteran move, Mystacles, Matt. Whenever someone, so I did it with this, right? So like whenever someone like gets an extra kind of pick in, we love it. We love it.
Not
so
that
like,
you got an
Oh,
extra
yeah.
pick, but when you can throw another game out there,
when you can get another game,
veteran.
Whenever
Oh,
I talk about that series, I
that's
feel
an
like I
old
have to
veteran
talk about
move
both
there.
of them.
yeah, it's no veteran. Rival schools. I will say this. That's one of those core memories you just unlocked. I feel like I played it or I heard about it in with Kevin, right?
There
Like,
was an
one
arcade
of those
port
games back
too.
then. But gosh, I love this game. That was so much fun, and I totally forgot to even put this on honorable mentions. It would have definitely been there. This is a cool game. If you haven't seen this one, Andy, go check it out. It's really cool. It's kind of like Salmon versus Slidell versus Mandeville type thing.
Well, I saw
And-
that there's at least one fighter that's like a baseball player.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah. So there's
Yeah,
like
that's pretty cool.
there's like it's like the jock. It's like
That's a really cool
yeah.
concept.
And it's like a party system. Like you could choose one person
Right.
if you want. You can get assist, but you can't swap out mid fight. But in the second round, you could swap to your next person if you wanted to. So it's in like a different party system as well.
Real fun game. Real fun, dude. I would love to have that in my collection.
Almost like an NBA Jam party system.
I bet
Yeah,
you.
yeah.
I bet you the first one's going to go up because the second one used to be real pricey, and it's came down a fair bit since the Fighting Collection 2 had it on there. But the first one doesn't have anything yet, so I bet you
United
the
by
first one's going to
Fate.
go up.
United by Fate, 1997. It's a 5 out of 5. Capcom
Oh, yeah.
game. Yeah. Let's see.
Another dead series.
It's going for 150 at some places, 65 at others, and
Yeah.
1650.
Dude, not long ago, Project Justice was like $300, and it's
I
come
think there
down
was a
quite a
Rival
bit.
Schools port for the PSP Vita instance. If Kevin said it, I believe.
Okay.
I don't
Probably
know.
another
Did you play
reason.
this game?
Andy, you wouldn't like this game. You wouldn't like this game. I'm scrolling, and somebody titled it. Now, this doesn't mean it's exactly what it is, but somebody titled it Rival Schools, PlayStation 1 Fighter RPG.
Get it
You're
out
out.
of here then. I take
You're
back
out.
every positive thing I said about it.
Yeah. I mean,
Zach,
it probably
did
has
you,
RPG
did you
on it.
play Rival Schools? Do you know this game?
Yeah, I actually do. So I do own a copy of it for the PS1. What's interesting is that I had no idea about it, but of course, dwelling in the Street Fighter and understanding that that like Sakura is like from that franchise.
Oh, yeah.
That's what made me go buy the game like years ago. I had no idea except for Sakura's in this game. Let me check it out. And man, yeah, easily one of the most unique like fighting games ever for sure.
Yeah, it's going 150 to 200
Mhm.
mainly on everyone full in.
Yeah, she's pricey, but just emulate it if you need to. Just do whatever you
Hey,
gotta do.
Here's a 90 in box for 10 grand.
Oh,
that-
There you go.
Graded.
or 5 grand. Sorry, 5 grand. That's the one I'll get. I'll chase that one. PS1 steel graded VGA 90, 5 grand. Whatever. That I'll leave that to Kevin. Kevin likes to chase those big ones. Hey, that's a good pick, man. I love the core memories on it. We call it nostalgia therapy. So thank you for unlocking that memory.
Nope.
Andy, you're up.
All right. Yeah. So,
Let's see. Can we crush again?
well, this one will be, I don't know. I'd be surprised if this one's on your list. This is a little known game.
Oh, thank
It was
you.
one that I had to jog my memory about. I have not played it in a long time, but when it came across the list, I was like, oh my gosh, I almost forgot about that. I'm kidding. It's probably one of the greatest ones of all time that everyone knows, and I'm going with Street Fighter 2. This is my link. This is the number 1 or the number 2 pick on my list. Street Fighter 2 was, dude, I would play this game non-stop. I mean, just non-stop, completely non-stop. I loved all of the players on there, man. I would play as Vega. I would play as T-Hawk. I would be Blanca, of course, right? It was a cheat code, essentially, to play as Dalsim, right? Because he could stretch across the whole dang screen, and you could do that slide kick or whatever. I love Zangief. I was a child when this came out. Cammy was my wife. I felt like Cammy was my wife. I grew to know a lot about myself through Cammy. But Chun-Li, one of the
Did we
greatest.
just become brothers?
Yeah, Chun-Li was one of the greatest characters. E Honda. I've shared it before. As bad of a movie as it is, I love the Street Fighter movie. It's so bad. I
Can't wait
realize
for the
it.
next one.
I love it because it's bad. But dude, I mean, Fei Long, Sagat, you play as Balrog, DJ, all of these guys were Zangief. I mean, like this is. I mean, I as I'm speaking and I'm saying I'm humming all of the songs from everyone's level. Like, dude, I absolutely love Street Fighter 2. It is. This is where it ended for me for Street Fighter. I know that's way early on, but I never wanted to play another one.
Well, Kevin says that's his George. So
This is one of the greatest games of all time. I love Street Fighter.
I love this pick. I mean, it's the first one that I remember putting quarters on the machine. Right, this is the one. And hey, look. Culturally, this might sound crazy, but there were always these Asian guys that were there, and they have the fastest hands known to man. Like these guys that were playing there, I was like, "Did y'all design this game?" I remember as a kid watching these kids play, and I was like, "My goodness, these guys are insane!" Right? Yeah, and then it what's cool, like on the back here, Andy, right? It's got Street Fighter 2, Street Fighter 2, Street Fighter 2, 3 different Street Fighter 2s. Nothing different, but just different parts. Then you add the Turbo, the Super, the Alpha, the Super Turbo Alpha. Then you add, I mean, just all of the things, and then it finally gets to 3 after about 7 of them. It's all still Street Fighter 2. Street Fighter 2, go-to guy, right? Ryu's my dude. But I loved Guile. And I loved Blanca. I loved Blanca because he was the button masher, just shock, right? Or Chun-Li and E Honda with the kick and the button. I was never a Zangief guy. I always wanted to learn that full 360 thing, and I couldn't do it. Kevin has the biggest thumb you'll ever see in your life. He's the only guy I knew that could actually do that as a kid and get that thing all the way around. Zangief wasn't my guy. Dhalsim wasn't my guy, that's for sure. But I would play with almost everybody else.
Vega was really cool.
When the iteration came where you could play as the bosses, oh yeah, I love that. But I would always play with Sagat or Sagat. Bob Sagat. Sagat. I would play with Sagat. But King stage music for the win, he says. So Street Fighter 2, just regular Street Fighter 2. You guys down?
Oh yeah, of course. This one right here. It's Championship Edition, but it's pretty close to your first iteration of Street Fighter 2.
That's the other one that I can barely read. Street Fighter Champion Edition is the other one.
Yep. I think Tournament was the Super
Alpha Turbo. Right?
Wasn't like the Super Tournament and then the Genesis Champion Edition or something like that? They were just.
I can't remember how they all came out. I bet Kevin could give us a whole full history. And then there's an Arena.
It's a title that's just goated at this point. You know what I mean? Like it's gonna appear.
I remember when they announced Street Fighter 3, and I was like, "Wait a second, they're actually gonna do a full new game? Like they're gonna call it another?" Yeah, I remember that being crazy. Good pick, man. Good pick.
Yeah,
good pick.
Always.
And I can't believe it took this long to mention it, but there's still some picks left, so we might keep talking.
Well, once we get to the top of the list, we start getting these heavy hitters.
I mean, potentially. Sometimes people want to just be unique. So I don't know. Maybe so. Hey, so this next pick, you went Street Fighter for the win for part 2. I'm thank goodness I don't have Street Fighter 2 on mine, so I actually have one more pick maybe later that isn't going to be a crush because I'm really nervous about my final. But this next one, I'm going to go with the other main franchise, right? The other bigger one. Toasty! Yeah, I'm going with the other big one. I'm going Mortal Kombat. My version that I think is my favorite. MK1, amazing. I remember getting it Blood Code with Genesis, but I had the Super Nintendo, so, didn't get that. And then, obviously, the arcade version. Mortal Kombat 2 was awesome, but the one that is it for me is this one here. And I have it for Super Nintendo, and then I have the trilogy version, which it doesn't have my instruction manual. But Mortal Kombat 3, baby. And just so many like this, the amount of characters in here that I love playing with is just awesome. You know, you got all the ninjas, you got all the cyborg ninjas, you got Goro and Kintaro. I mean, it is so many people, and then of course you got my guy, right, Andy? Who's my guy?
Cabal.
Cabal. Cabal. I love Cabal. Cabal's like a cult favorite. I love the going off the screen and coming behind you and spinning you, and then
The sweep hook. The sweep hook. man.
sweet hook. Yeah, man. So I'm going Mortal Kombat 3, MK3, the trilogy, buddy. I'm going with MK3. That's my pick.
Fantastic.
Can't go wrong with MK3.
And look, you could go wrong with picking any of them. You shout it out. They're the one. Like, there's two main franchises here, obviously. And I know they probably both will be mentioned, but this is my favorite, the most nostalgic, the most time, the most hours, trying to learn moves and do whatever. And I almost forgot. And of course, you gotta have this, right?
There you go.
Ooh.
Bro, this is the original one for Super Nintendo, Genesis.
Wow.
The original Mortal Kombat strategy guy from GamePro. So
Very
this is
cool.
my version. This is my issue too. Like I've saved this all these years. But yeah, there's that. But yeah, Mortal Kombat, man. Mortal Kombat 3 is my pick.
I love that.
Zach, you a Mortal Kombat guy?
I am, but definitely for the later games, I would say. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I got a later game right here next to me too. A later one.
They got really intense later on.
Oh, they do.
Like, they were
telling me.
But like the illustrations of the fatalities got. This is happening. How did they get it? How do they know what that looks like? I'm worried.
Just completely ripping people apart, man.
Yeah, that was not
Me and my girlfriend always joke because like we're like, how is there a round two? Like you just put a whole thing to
His
my
spine
face.
is gone.
You just broke my spine, all my ribs, my
I
heart
love
exploded.
they added the friendships and
You
the,
made it.
yeah.
Oh, dude,
Oh, yeah.
I love.
not just fatality, you know.
I think the
Babality.
Babalities were the first
Yeah.
on 3, weren't
Yep.
they?
Yeah.
The Babalities,
Fatalities,
Yeah.
turn them into babies.
Animalities.
Yeah, dude, that was fun.
I actually had 3 as a honorable mention as well.
Nice.
Oh.
So you got the Genesis version. So
Yeah.
there makes the trilogy of them right there.
It runs really good on the Saturn too. 3 Ultimate.
I wasn't a Genesis guy. If you've been here before, you know I went to Kevin's house to play Genesis. He had the Genesis. I was a Nintendo and a PlayStation guy. So
Yeah, I'm a
and
Mega-
I almost was
Sega kid.
anti Xbox for so long, and I finally got one. It's gonna finish off our link. Now it's time for the George, the number one, the best fighting games of all time. Zach, you're up first. Drum roll.
All right, let's go. Let's do it. Okay, so this particular game is definitely a part of a notable franchise. I know that
Yeah.
we do need a new game in the series because there hasn't been one for like a few years now. I'll say this: when it comes down to this game, this is the game that I played the most growing up with, especially with my siblings, right? And also, too, one unique thing about this game is that you can literally buy this game on any of the 6th gen consoles, maybe minus the like Dreamcast. Well, actually, yeah, the Dreamcast. You can buy it on PlayStation 2, the GameCube, as well as the Xbox. And if you haven't figured out what franchise that is or what game that is, it is Soul Calibur 2, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
Soul Calibur 2.
man.
I was
Yes,
waiting when
yes,
it was going to come up.
And yeah, I mean, the amazing thing about, like, here's definitely a few reasons why I absolutely love Soul Calibur 2. The fact that you had guest characters, right? So for the PS2 version, you were able to play as Heihachi from Tekken. For the GameCube, Link, which is, Kurt Link is also my favorite Nintendo character. And then, of course, Spawn, for the Xbox version. I loved all the characters in this game. My main 2 characters are Keelik and Taki. Those are my two mains for this particular game. But man, everything. The fact that it's a weapon based fighter, the fact that there was the ring out feature, so you could be winning in a match or in a round at least, and then all of a sudden you get knocked off of the pretty much knocked off of the stage was just amazing. And then the characters had unique personalities too, right? Like especially when it came to the taunts and the attitudes and the dialogue, every single character had attitude. So yeah, I spent so many hours playing Soul Calibur 2 with my siblings, and for sure, as always, it is always my will forever be my number one fighting game. And yeah, Bandai Namco, we need another Soul Calibur game for sure. So that's it.
am let me just get it out of the way, dude. Dang it, man. Stink. Look, I was holding on to this one for an honorable mention number. This was probably going to be my first one out the bat if it made it to me. But it's Soul Calibur 2, and this is one of the first Xbox games that I purchased, dude, was this because of Spawn. And I was like, dude, a fighting game with Spawn? Like, bro, so good. And I mean, I had the GameCube. I never got the Link one because I was a broke kid back then, and I was like, do I get Link or whatever? I could play Link in Smash. I want some, so I got this one. But I love this game, and it's just a really good game. It's a really good franchise. I can't tell you how many times I've beaten it. I don't really have a favorite guy, so much so because I usually just play with all of them because I always just really want to play with Spawn. But great pick. When I said Samurai Showdown earlier, I said this is the first one that I can remember with weapons, but that's the one that I think kind of perfected it, to be honest. I think they did really good with all the weapons, and because you were like knights and you were like, you had all kinds of stuff like that, and ninja, like it just brought in some cool stuff, another weapons. But good pick. Andy, is Soul Calibur 2 something you've played, done?
Oh,
you muted.
Yeah. So Andy, just a heads up. I think you're getting a little feedback, so I keep muting you. But,
gotcha. Yeah, it was a Benjamin for me. It was a Benjamin. Yep. It would have been taken before it got back to you. So
yeah, I didn't think you would make it back. Again, it's on one of them short lists with Marvel versus Capcom. If it makes it, cool. But I had it just in case, and if somebody talks about it, there it is. Fond memories. This is a great pick, man. I can't hate on that pick at all. And I love that you went 2 with because that's my favorite version too.
Yeah.
All right, man. Matt, what's your favorite game?
All right.
Oh, look, Jacob Baranowski in the house. Soul Calibur 1 Dreamcast. I played at college. Got schooled by a pro player. I bet pro players are crazy. We need a modern collection like the Cowabunga collection. Good pick. That's a good pull right there. Jacob, welcome to the show. Don't know how you found us if you're friends with one of the guys here, but welcome. We call it the Summit Squad, and thanks for being here. We are in the last round of a top 4. So grab you a drink, stay for a while. We got honorable mentions still coming up in our last rounds, but we appreciate you being here, man. Thanks for saying hello. Kevin says, the announcer, welcome back to the stage of history.
Iconic.
Yeah.
Ring out. Like it's just, amazing.
Yeah. All right. So, Matt, go ahead.
Okay. So for my number one, and I don't want to sound too repetitive or anything, but we're going back to the Versus series. It's going to have to be Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3. And I got on the 360. You can play it on, whatever you want to play it on, but it's more of the same when it comes to the Versus series. The way more characters and, way more stages. It looks great. The combos, all the above, different things we've already mentioned about a lot of different games tonight. But for me, what's most special about this game is me and my girlfriend have played the heck out of this game for years. Like, it was a really tough choice between this or Dead or Alive 3. Really close. Because those are the two that we have just come back to. Like I said, we do Friday night fights probably once a month on our stream where we just play 3 or 4 fighting games for 2 or 3 hours. And this is one that comes up pretty often. And yeah, if it's cheap, like if someone wants to go collect it, and it's not ported, it's not on any of the new collection packs, yeah, because it's too big and everything. But yep, that's my probably my number one pick, Marvel vs. Capcom 3. And my number one team is all Claw, Felicia, X-23, and Wolverine.
Yeah, you can't go wrong with this game. Obviously, surprised you went back to back with similar games, but that's how it is sometimes. I mean, you could have went
I
all
know.
four. Like,
It was close.
Or whatever.
It was close.
What about Listen, Dead or Alive volleyball.
Oh yeah.
That's what Andy was talking about with Cammy earlier. You know what I mean?
Funny little story with that. I seen in an
Except I have
interview. One of the developers actually said they actually made the first 2 or 3 Dead or Alive just so they could get the physics down properly, the body physics for the volleyball game. It was the game they wanted to make all along, but they had to make 3 fighting games to perfect the physics.
Yeah. Oh yeah. All right. Well, I don't know what happened to Kirk. Maybe he's hopping off for a reason.
Oh yeah. Also too, Matt. That was one of my honorable mentions. Is Ultimate Marvel Capcom
Nice.
3. So you took me out on that one, but yeah, I absolutely love this game. I also have the fight stick. It's up in the closet. I have it up on the top shelf, but I ended up buying the fight stick that goes along with it. Like I said, it really drew me in. So absolutely.
It's top tier. Like if 2 and 3 were to go head to head, some days 2 are gonna win, some days 3 are gonna win.
Agreed. 100%.
Jedi Kevin, Tatsu, yeah, however we say it, versus Capcom. Nelson Hall, LA Tech.
I wanted to go see. I thought I had Dead or Alive,
Wow.
but I didn't. I had the
Yes, indeed.
outlaw. I had the outlaw volleyball and golf.
There
But
you go.
The Blockbuster exclusives. That's when I worked at Blockbuster.
That
So-
second volleyball one is really cool, actually. There's a bunch of different other mini games on it, like jet skiing and
Yeah.
stuff.
So I was thinking it was Dead or Alive, but it's the Outlaw. And then while I was over there, I found another fighting game that I had that was really awesome that I forgot. So, anyways, yeah, bounce physics had to be perfected. Yeah. Oh, okay. Jay Thompson, what makes a fighting game legendary? Period, accurate, weaponry, compelling reason to fight, realistic fighting moves, barely there, armor. Oh, yeah. Jay is huge Cubs fan. Voggs is internet dad. That's how he goes. At least that's how Voggs announces him. I haven't seen Voggs in a while though. But welcome in, man. Welcome in, Jay. Good seeing you. This is a great pick. Both of y'all nailed it. Andy, how you finishing your show?
Yeah. So for me, I got to do it. But the key is, Kirk, which one do you think I'm Crushmore with?
Okay, so who are you gonna crush for? I mean, if it was me, it's Mortal Kombat 3.
Mortal Kombat 3. That's the George. That is the GOAT when it comes. MK3 was where it was at. I have fond memories of being at my uncle's house. I've talked about my uncle on this show before, but my uncle, only 5 years older than me, 5-6 years older than me. And so more like kind of felt like a cousin, right, in that sense. But he had MK3 on the Super Nintendo, and we would play that. And I literally played until I got blisters on my thumbs because I was button mashing. I physically was in pain from playing this game. Dude, I love this game, right? I used to go and we would download on maybe it was Microsoft Paint or it was something on this old like Windows computer. We would download pictures of the like the Sub-Zeros or the Scorpions or the Rains or any of those, and we would make up our own ninjas like with our own color and stuff, and this would be our version of it. Dude, I was obsessed with Mortal Kombat. Love the movies, as cheesy as they are. Love the movies, but MK3 was the game that was.
Hey, something I didn't mention. So guys, if you're ever watching the show, I always kind of sometimes throw some hints of either what we're going to pick or what we should pick that isn't going to get picked today. And it's usually a picture and the song that's on Instagram. Now, the picture, I found a picture that had the 3 big dogs, so I put it on there. But the song,
Mortal Kombat.
Andy, when that movie came out, I bought that CD before I even left the mall. Because I watched it at the mall. And I went right to the FYE or wherever, Camelot, and I bought the soundtrack.
Yeah.
It's like, oh,
It's
bro,
a good soundtrack.
Dude, I absolutely love this game. Just like you, Cabal is the guy. But I love the Cyrax and Sector picks. I would go with those guys. Kano was always a cool one to me, but I liked, was it Nighthawk or what was the guy's name? The native, the guy? Yeah. I loved him. Raiden is super cool.
Raiden wins.
You can never go wrong with Liu Kang and any of these guys. But, dude, I loved MK3, played it a ton. I remember uppercutting people through ceilings and just.
Well, that was another thing. We're going to probably, like the Toasty and the thing. We're talking about Easter eggs next week. Be on the lookout.
Yeah.
So, hey, this is a good pick, man. And we already mentioned it tremendously. I can't believe that Mortal Kombat 3 is the only one going to be mentioned today. At least in the first round. But just a phenomenal, Tobias, like what they were doing, like filming people and doing all the moves, just great. And I love all the new guys, like Ermac. I remember when that came out, Noob Saibot, when all that came out, which is Boone and Tobias. Just really cool history and lore, good stuff. And they said they liked some of the newer ones, which I agree. The newer ones are really good.
Stryker was dumb.
Stryker
was dumb. I will say that Stryker was a dumb character. He throws bombs and you don't die. Like he shoots you with a gun. I mean that's his thing. He's like a police officer or something.
And then like the whole world blows up. He like blows the whole world.
Well, there's that, yeah, but only in a fatality. In his normal bomb, that's just a normal attack. I
did like Cyrax though.
Yeah, when you could send that like cyber net at people, and it would, dude, that was really cool.
All right, well, George time for me. Let's finish this show off right. Finish it tight. Finish it right. Andy, we almost quadruple Rushmore, which has happened one time in the history of the show. We got completely perfect. I had to do that. So we started with Melee and a Brawl. We both had Mortal Kombat 3. We both had what was the other one? Samurai Showdown. And we both have Street Fighter 2.
Yeah.
I'm going with Turbo. And this is the game, dude. This is it. And here it is. Here's my version hanging out in there. I wonder if my name is inscribed on this one. No, it's not. There it is. Street Fighter 2 Turbo. And I button mashed this one. I remember the blisters, the whole 9 yards. Got the manual. My guy, like we already mentioned all the guys, right? I liked all the characters except probably Zangief and Doll Team. I didn't like them too much. But there's a few guys introduced here.
Like Yoga Fire.
Fei Long. I liked Fei Long. He was kind of the Bruce Lee clone. You got Cammy that's in this one. That's introduced. And then T-Hawk is introduced in this one, the Native American guy. But with that being said, I want to show you this in this book because we don't have to stay here all day because we've already talked ad nauseum. That's a fun word to say here at the show. But at the back of this is also Game Pro. It's like the complimentary to the Mortal Kombat one I showed. In the back, this is awesome, dude. It's the Street Fighter 2 tournament. Pictures of the original tournament. This dude is like the champion, and they're interviewing him, like doing the champion edition. There's the champion edition you were talking about, Matt. And I was reading this earlier today, and I was like, dude, I remember like getting this book as like a, I don't know, like a teenager, preteen, and going, oh my gosh, one day I'm going to be in the back of GamePro magazine as the best Zelda player in the history of Zelda, and like, or whatever, you know. And this was like a dream. We all saw this, and you're like, oh my gosh, we could be famous playing video games. This is insane. And then, yeah, I mean, it's just so much fun, man. So, Mike George, Street Fighter 2 Turbo. So, yeah, that's my pick. Like number 32. That's what I'm talking. Barry Barry's in the house. By the way, Barry, he likes mayonnaise and vanilla wafers. And if Andy ever eats that again, we will have a Street Fighter because he doesn't like it. Yoga Flame. There you go. So that's our first half of the show. Let's jump into the honorable mentions. We actually made up some time, man. We made up some time. Not a ton. We're made up. This is how the honorable mentions go. We call it all about the Benjamins. Zach, Mystacles, you may have seen me explain this before, but when we first started the show, I read somewhere, and you know, everything on the internet's real. I read somewhere that Benjamin Franklin was considered to be the fifth guy carved in the mountain. Not a president, don't know why. But we said, that's a fun segment. Who just missed your mountain? We're going to call it honorable mentions. All about the Benjamins. Now, this round is a little different. We can't mention anything that's been mentioned. So those are off the table. You have to mention 4 brand new ones. And it's a draft. So if you have something that you think we might take, for instance, like I was holding on to that Soul Calibur 2. That's a big game. If you know that I was holding on to that, you're like, oh, I got to say that because he's going to take it. So if you have any inclination, that's a big word there, Andy, inclination, that one of us might pick it before it gets back to you, you don't have to put them in order necessarily. You want to try and get your best 4 that we're not going to get. You're adding to your list. Who's the first off? Oh, by the way, and it goes snake draft. So it goes Zach, Matt, Andy, me. But in the second round, it goes backwards. Me, Andy, Matt, Zach. And then third round back again, Zach, Matt, Andy, me. And then finish it off, me, Andy, Zach, Matt, Matt, Zach. Zach, you get the last pick and the first pick. And back-to-back picks in the middle. I get back-to-back picks on the bookends at the end. You boys to the right of us, you guys get all the middle. So, who's the first one that missed your mountain, Zach? And by the way, we don't have to talk about it a ton because it's really just adding to it. But if you have a special story or something, by all means, tell it.
Okay. Yeah. So the only thing that I will say about my like 4th honorable mention is that I grew up on hip hop, especially in like
man.
Yeah, in the early 2000s, and this game is pretty much known as like, you know, beef on the East Coast, if you will. And I have to put it out there, man. Has a cult following. There's demand for a new game to be made, but you got to go with this one. It's Def Jam Fight for New York.
I was holding on to that.
Andy, was that the one you were beefing your honorable mentions with?
That was
when you asked, can we do wrestling today?
Yes.
Yeah. I figured. I had an
Great
idea.
Pick. Great pick.
I was like, I bet he's trying to get Def Jam in this thing.
That's a great pick.
That is a fantastic pick. Ben's, no one said Virtual Fighter yet, not yet, and played a ton of that on Saturn. Yeah, nobody said Virtual yet. All right, Matt, what's your first one that you missed your mount?
Well, it's kind of funny that you'd say that because I was just about to say Virtual Fighter Remix on the Sega Saturn.
There it is.
Obviously, it's not the best one in the series, but I played the heck out of this one. It's better than the first one. Like, if you know anything about the series, the first one had a lot of bugs, a lot of issues, and they made Virtual Fighter Remix, and it was a bit truer to arcade port and everything. And obviously, there's better entries in the series now, but I played this so much as a kid, so I had to throw it out there as an honorable mention. Virtual Fighter Remix, or 2, or any of the ones for the Saturn.
Yeah.
The Saturn's a great fighter console. Like Darkstalkers, like there are so many, Children of the Atom, so many good fighting games on the Saturn.
Yeah. Good one.
All right, Andy, you're up, man.
Kind of bummed that Def Jam's gone, but let's do
Andy,
this
what
one.
are you leaving for me?
Yeah, well, we've got to mention this one. It was actually kind of talked about a little bit in the chat and some different things, but why not? Let's throw Killer Instinct out there. Killer Instinct has to get off the board now.
Okay.
Cinder,
I'll say,
one of
so
the coolest
Killer Instinct-
characters. Spinal, Glacius, Riptor, Saberwolf. I mean, what a cool game.
Yeah,
What a cool
Killer
game.
Instinct was almost my 3 spot instead of Samurai. There it is, black cartridge. It's so cool for the Super Nintendo. But this was the game, Andy, that we would go to the bowling alley and play in Slidell. So, yeah, bowling alley. It was that, Cruising USA, and Terminator 2. The only reason we went there to play in that arcade. All right, well, dude, I was going to go back to back with Killer Instinct and this one. It was just mentioned by Matt. It was the other one that almost moved into Samurai Showdown. I had it behind me for the beginning of the show. I'm going with Dark Stalkers. That's going to be my first one. If you ever played that, it's got like a wolf guy. It's got a Frankenstein guy. It's got a
the mummy
it's got
dude.
a Dracula guy. It's got like a pharaoh mummy type guy.
Yeah.
That's a great game. And but before I say this one, let me pull up my list to make sure there isn't another one that, because I don't get a pick for 8 picks, you know. Dark Stalkers is great. Another great arcade game for like one that I played in the arcade in the mall. Gosh, so Dark Stalkers gone, Killer Instinct gone, Marvel vs. Capcom gone, Soul Calibur 2 gone. Dang it. All right, well, I'm going to go here. So you guys have been mentioning all the verses. Here's another great verses. It was kind of mentioned in chat. There's one of mine. Boom. Capcom SNK 2, the EO version. Just a great fun game. It's got some Street Fighter guys in it. It's got all kinds of fun stuff. Just a great game there. Capcom SNK 2. It was mentioned, but I'm gonna throw it out there. Got it.
Yeah. This is another game that just like so much nostalgia tied to this one. Played it in the arcade for sure. At the when I lived on the West Bank at the bowling alley, I remember this one. There's Killer Instinct and this one there. I believe, yeah. No, this is the one that I'm sorry. Anyway, Primal Rage.
Oh,
You get to wrestle with dinosaurs and Arctic monkeys. Primal Rage was a super fun game.
Fun game. Super short list on mine. I had that one too. Cool. All right, Matt. Primal Rage gone. SNK gone. Killer Instinct gone. What you got?
I got my pick right here, but since you said Primal Rage, it made me think of another one. I don't have it. I'm not gonna pull it out right now. But Warpath, Jurassic Park Warpath. Did anybody play that one where you can fight as the dinosaurs? Warpath.
Yeah.
It's a crazy one. This is kind of a cheap honorable mention, but we've mentioned this series so much tonight, and this is how you get it nowadays, and it's the value. 3 collection packs, Marvel vs. Capcom pack, and the Capcom Fighting Collection 1 and 2. Try to get a better shot there. These are the best value for your buck. You get all the Dark Stalkers. You know, what I mean, you get all the Marvel vs. Capcoms except for the Tatsanaku. You know what I mean. You gotta have, and you get Children of the Atom. You get Red Star. All kinds of unique. You get the robot fighting one, whatever that one's called. I forget what that one's called. But these are 3 essentials in any modern fighting collection.
That's a great pick. That is a great pick, Andy. I'm running out of stuff, bro. I am running out of stuff. Hey, I still got a lot of picks, but like these are all such great games. All right, Zach, you get back-to-back picks. Last of the second, beginning of the third.
Okay, so 2, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, awesome. Okay, yeah. So for my second honorable mention, part of a notable franchise, I love 3D fighters. Let's move aside the physics, right? The talk of physics, because at the end of the day, these women can fight, they can kick butt. And I believe that this particular game is the pinnacle in the series. If you don't know what I'm talking about, it's Dead or Alive 5 Ultimate. Right?
I love how we called the physics out.
Yep.
No physics allowed.
Exactly.
All right, yeah, great game.
And then And then my number 2 honorable mention is a versus, but not in the way that you might think it is, right? If you've ever played the Injustice games, right, where you have like the alternate versions of the DC superheroes, this particular game is the predecessor of the Injustice games.
Yeah.
And it is Mortal Kombat versus DC Universe. I have to put this one up there.
That is such a good game.
Amazing. Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
game.
Yep.
Classic at this point. Like must have.
Yep. All right. And all right, so Matt, you're up. 3rd pick.
We sort of touched bases on it earlier, but I'm still gonna bring it up. And it's funny because you just said 5, but I had as my next one, Dead or Alive. 1 or 2 or 3, just the series in general. Dead or Alive.
Veteran moves tonight.
Look at all these veteran moves. Oh,
2
we'll
is
take
what I
1,
had.
2, or 3.
He did say he had like 6 different lists. When he was playing.
He did say it.
I did. I had like 6 piles over here. I
love it. I love it.
And as we're sitting here, I'm sitting here thinking like, oh man, I should have grabbed this. I should have grabbed that.
Evan said Cyberbot was the Capcom robot fighter.
When dude said Blaze Blue earlier, I was like, oh man, maybe I should have put that on there for at least as an honorable mention. Like, there's so many. We could go all night with this, guys.
Yeah, we could. And we'll have you back on to do another one to go all night. Yeah, let's go. All right. So Andy, you're up.
I loved this game, played it a ton as a kid growing up, and you know, I guess it didn't jog my memory as a fighting game, but it absolutely is. And I'm going to go with one that it's just great. It's totally different, but I'm going with King of the Monsters. It was like the kaiju, you would be Godzilla. You're kind of fighting each other. It's a monster versus a monster, but you're like in a town, in a city or whatever, and you're also destroying the city while you're fighting each other. It's basically just like Godzilla, the game. King of the Monsters was a super, super duper fun game. Played growing up. Got to pick that one.
It's a good one.
Man, yeah, I appreciate it. And I can't believe this has made it all the way down here to the end of this list. But before I'd say this one, Zach, you kind of mentioned one, briefly touched on it, but I'm going to call that one out. It's probably my favorite fighting game to play in the arcade right now. At our local bowling alley here in Atlanta, we go there quite a bit, and it shoots out the cards, and my son collects them, so we play every time we go there. I'm going with the Injustice game, Gods Among Us, and it is freaking awesome. And when you're playing it, it gives you like Superman cards and just dark side cards and all these different whatever. And man, it is just a banger.
It's pretty cool.
And I'm going to go with, and you take the card back and you put it in there and you can play as that character or whatever. And then this one, I mean, if you're talking top fighting franchises of all time, this has to be the only one left that has been mentioned today. And we briefly talked a little bit about one character. Zach, you did that when you mentioned Soul Calibur 2. But I'm going with the Tekken Tag right here. PlayStation 2 Tekken Tag. This is really the only Tekken that I liked a lot. I mean, I liked them all, but this is the only one I had that I played a ton of. So I'm going to throw the Tekken Tag for PS2 out. But if Aaron was here, Andy, Aaron Brown, which is my coworker here, he said that Tekken 4 was his George. And that hadn't been mentioned at all today, barely even in the chat. So he'd be upset if I didn't call that out. There's a veteran move for you there, by the way. So I'm done. So Andy, you're up.
I'll venture into the versus world here. We've mentioned 1,000 of them, but there's 1,000 more. And correct me if I'm wrong. There's been so many mentions, and I don't think this one was already mentioned. If it was, then I have another pick. But I'm going to go X-Men versus Street Fighter for my pick here. I was a big X-Men fan. Gambit is my guy. Look, here we go.
I feel like that was one of the first ones.
I don't have the game, but I've got some different comic books here. Wolverine and Gambit books here. I got some pictures. I love X-Men, but I'm going X-Men versus Street Fighter.
Very cool.
Yeah, I feel like that was one of the first ones back in the day.
I loved playing as Sabretooth too.
I think it was the first one after Children of the Atom.
Yeah. I can't
X-Men
remember
Children of the
one
Atom.
earlier that kind of like I remember like seeing it and being like, wait a second.
Right.
You know, like I've never seen those characters go against each other. So, anyways, all right, Matt, you're up. Andy said, "Oh, I'm about to make a name
for myself.
You know, you know."
Listen, Gambit was always the coolest because I felt like we were represented finally.
Yeah. Little K Jones. We need to get a little K Jones.
Remy LeBeau. Come on.
Yeah.
Which my dog's name's Remy, by the way. FYI. Anyways, Matt, you're up. What's your last pick for tonight?
The last one, the series has already been mentioned tonight, but not this exact iteration. But it's probably going to be Killer Instinct Gold on the 64. Probably the best fighter on the 64. I mean, in my opinion, it's a pretty underrepresented genre on the console. You know what I mean? But it's Killer Instinct. You know what I mean? More of it. You know, higher frame rates and it looks a little bit better. You get a few more characters, a few more stages, and everything. Killer Instinct Gold 64.
It wasn't really mentioned, but Killer Instinct was the first that I remember like really going for broke on the combo system. Like I remember what's the chick's name? She's like Neon. They would do like a 70, 80 hit combo in the arcade.
Oh, there's some big ones, yeah.
And back then, everybody was just doing 3-hit combos. And when that jump came out, you were like, wait a second, what? This is impossible. Like, are you crazy? And then part 2 came out. You had the werewolf and all that junk. And people were playing the crud out of that game, man. And getting good.
Orchid, man. Orchid
that was her name.
She can lay down.
I remember that music in my head. It was like going to a rave.
The jungle music is like
that was trance music right there. Yeah, so great game.
Yes, there was Super Smash Brothers, Kevin.
Best fighter in the 64. There was more than
BioFreaks. BioFreaks was in 64 too.
Yeah.
Mace
or something. There's a few over here I could grab. But there's a few 64 fighters.
I mean, Clay Fighter.
Oh yeah,
Clay Fighter, of course. Like.
Oh wait! We're naming all the picks. Zach's still got one more.
All right,
go.
Okay, yeah. So for my last pick here,
this is the Brock Purdy of all fighting games.
Right.
Mr. Irrelevant.
Okay. Some of you may have heard this, some of you may not. But after the success of Street Fighter 4, Capcom got with Bandai Namco, and they're like, you know what? Let's merge our two universes together. And it was announced that there were going to be 2 games. The first game got created in the format of Street Fighter 4 graphics. The second game was supposed to be formatted in another, basically like the second franchise, but it never came to fruition. So that's why I'm putting this out. If you don't know what that is, it's Street Fighter cross Tekken. Street Fighter cross Tekken, right? So the fact that you were able to like mix and match teams, it was a 2v2 fighter. So you can easily pick someone from Tekken, match them as a partner with Street Fighter, and go at it. So yeah, you can play Pac-Man.
Someone actually mentioned Clay Fighters on the SNES. Well, they were talking Clay Fighter, the Blockbuster edition on the
63 and a third.
$1 billion to get. Yeah, if you wanted it all in box at least. Just go see Mort's video for that. Speaking of that, Mort's going to be on again for for movies this time. So he'll be on later. And by the way, Andy Jagilski, right? He's joining Mort. He just told me, so he's going to be on. Hey, so I don't know if you guys want to, but we have another segment we would love to add in today. It's gonna be quick too, because it just boom, boom, boom. We don't have to do a whole bunch of explanations, but we thought it'd be fun to draft our top 4 teams. And you just mentioned it right there, Zach. You were like, you could do all these things with the Tekken and the whatever. Let's be real quick, man. So it doesn't have really a name, but like we're gonna draft our top 4 team right here. We'll go the same order. Zach, if you could pick the best character.
Snake draft?
It's still snake draft. Still snake draft,
but you're drafting
3 people?
4 on your team.
We'll do 4 because it's the Rushmore, but most of the games only be 3, right? But we'll do
you get a bonus. You get a bonus, guy.
So Zach.
No, let me just clarify. Let me clarify. Do they have to have been in a fighting game, or is it just video game character? Right.
Yeah.
Okay, so you can't
Yes.
pick like
Well,
you
we
know.
yeah,
You can't
we
pick
can do
the
a video
you can't
game
pick the
character
Tetris
one
Z piece,
another time, Andy. We could do a character one. This is a fighting game
but
character.
you can't do like a Tetris Z piece. On your,
Yeah,
no.
so that was crazy. Oh, look, let's just explain that. Matt and Zach, we went on a show, and we love these guys. And actually, Real Life Perspective was here. He was live with them just a little while ago. But Vintage Sport Flips, and they're not really video game guys. So we went on, and they always do a top 5 thing, which is kind of similar to us. And then they show their stuff they sell. And they decided to do top 5 video game characters because we were coming on and thought we'd have fun. And one of the guys on there for his second favorite of all time video game character was the Z piece of Tetris. And I was like, first off, you picked a piece.
I think a
Second off,
troll
you picked
choice.
the worst piece of the whole game. Like, what?
Right?
The Z piece?
It's the
Anyway.
hardest one to work with.
Yeah, man. So, yeah, he just was trying to be off the wall, silly. But
Mhm.
Zach, must-have character. Who basically this is going to be the best character you think out the box. Who you start your team with?
I am starting off with Goku. Goku is
man.
my first choice.
You're a
Okay,
bomber.
yeah. Okay, Goku. So he's got Goku. That's big pull. The big
Yeah.
pull.
Face of the
All right, Matt.
franchise, sells the tickets. I like that. Okay. Mystacles, what you got?
Oh,
Can be
you asked me
any-
too quick. We'll go with shoot.
I've put no
Yes,
thought
you
into
did.
this, so don't worry. I mean,
I haven't put any thought in this either. This is zero thought.
Oh, I'm trying to remember his name.
I know my first two if they make it to me for sure.
I think his name is Baku. The main character here off of Rival Schools.
Okay.
Baku.
Okay, yeah, all
My
right.
number one.
Awesome. So he's going main character from Rival Schools. Andy, who's your first pick up?
again, putting no thought into this. I need some muscle on my team. Why not? I'll pick my favorite guy. Give me DK, Donkey Kong. I'm taking him from the Smash.
Smash. I love it. Hey, look, I'm going to go with my 2 favorite franchises, my 2 favorite players. That's what I'm just going to do. I mean, like, there it is. So Street Fighter 2, I got to go with Ryu right off the bat. He's the king. He's the GOAT, in my opinion. And then I'm going to go with Mortal Kombat. And my favorite character is Get Over Here. I'm going Scorpion, dude. I'm going
What
with
a 1-2. What a 1-2.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to combat your Scorpion pick, and I'm going to go Sub-Zero.
Yeah, almost. So if you would have chose Scorpion,
Yeah, it
with
was
your
going to
3
go. You
picks,
got to
I
go
was
one way or the
coming in
other.
hot.
I got to equalize the
Coming
point.
in cold. I was coming in cold. All right. So yeah, Samus is a good pick. All right, Matt.
I wanted to pick Samus. This dude's name is Batsu, by the way. I don't know if you can see that right there. I was close. It's Batsu.
Nice.
Second pick though. Since she's my girl, I'm gonna go with Morgan from Darkstalkers.
Okay.
Good
Okay.
pick. Good pick.
All right.
Nice.
So for me, my number 2 and 3, right? Number 2, got to go with Spider-Man. You know, I'm just a
Dude.
Spider-Man fan.
Dude,
And then-
this team's so OP with Goku and Spider-Man. Come on.
And then I'll say my number 3. Let's go with Ryu Hayabusa, Ninja Gaiden, Dead or Alive.
Oh,
Yep.
yeah. He's in Dead or Alive. Yep. Nice pull.
Yep.
Nice pull.
There you go.
Nice pull. All right. So you're
All
up.
right. My next one, even though I didn't mention him in any of my picks, he's always been one of my favorite characters. I'm gonna have to go with King from Tekken, the lion head and everything.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
man. Yeah, like the Jack the Leopard or whatever. And dude, he's
Yeah.
like, so one of the cool things about Tekken is they have like all the different martial arts, and he's the wrestler. I love
Right.
playing with King, man. All right, Andy, who you got?
This is a best available pick. This is blocking you from a pick. I've got to go with give me Link. Link is going to
There you
make
go.
my list. I can't believe that he
Are you
slipped.
kidding me?
I can't believe
Wow.
he slipped for you. It's
Are you
just he
kidding
fell
me?
into my lap at the
Look, I
third.
had already penciled him in. I was like, you already picked a Smash guy. I mean, I'm like, you're not going Smash.
Listen,
back-to-back.
this is a value pick at 3. This is
You're not going
best available.
Smash back-to-back, Jack. So look, I'll take another guy. Since you took him, I was going to avoid this guy, but I get 2 back-to-back picks, so I can pick him in a new order. I was going to pick Link as my swordsman, If
Mhm.
not, so then I'll go with, like I said, Samurai Showdown, my favorite character from there, which is the Rai clone, the guy that starts with an H. I can't say his name. What's it? I don't know.
Haramaru something.
Yeah, Haramaru.
Yeah.
I'll go with him. I'll go with him to replace Zelda or Link, and
You
then
get a sword
my-
for a sword. Okay, I like it.
yeah. So for my sword pick, right? And then I wasn't gonna pick a Samurai Showdown. I was actually going to skip one down, right? And I was going to take a Killer Instinct pick, right? And I'm going with Fulgore from yeah. So I'm gonna take the cyber robot. What's up? Hammy and Son, great channel. Go check him out. So man, I
Listen,
like my pick.
I'm stacking my team in the Smash realm, and I know I'm doing that outside of Sub-Zero. Can you imagine Sub-Zero and Super Smash Brothers? That would be hilarious. But this is my wild card pick because anything you need him to do, he can do because of his power. Kirby. Throw Kirby on my team. Man, I got everyone's power, at least
Nice.
temporarily.
At least
So,
temporarily.
Kirby.
All right, Matt, finish off
Nice.
your team.
Dude in the comments was talking about Iceman, and he was OP, but I'm gonna go something similar. I'm gonna go ahead and go with Glacius.
Yes,
Glacius
I
is
almost
really
went with
Good
him.
pick. Good
I
pick.
almost went with him. If I would have picked Sub-Zero, I would have 100% went.
Why are ice characters always so OP? Like,
Yeah, yeah. All right, finish off.
All right, yes. So for my last pick, I knew Link was going to be taken, so my last pick is Dante from Devil May Cry, but he's also in Ultimate
Oh.
Marvel vs. Capcom.
he
3.
is.
So
Dante
he
is
my
a
final pick.
fantastic pick.
Oh, he's fire.
Okay,
in
Those
that
are
game.
formidable teams. I mean, I
Very
don't.
underrated game.
You
All
got
right, so
Dante, Goku. Oh, his team is stacked.
yeah, his team is
And
super
Spidey.
stacked. I mean, man, you just
How
need
did that
God.
happen? How did we let that happen?
He just needs God on his team. I mean, like what? Like what? Like
Nobody took
anyway,
Kratos.
Yeah, well.
Oh, that would have been a great pick too. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
a really good one.
All right. Well,
This
look,
is-
that's our
you're going
show
OP.
for today. I love adding in a new little segment, kind of finish us off. We got some other segments coming soon. We're bringing back the trivia, the quote goat. We're bringing back, and I'm terrible at quote goat. Gosh, I'm terrible. We're bringing back.
We should do a game where we're playing a first person shooter while you're trying to guess quotes.
Yeah, I'm terrible.
Right?
Akuma is a great pick. Hey, look,
Akuma.
everybody in the chat, there's so many here tonight. Make sure you hit the like button. Thank you for being here. Thank you for supporting these guys. And speaking of supporting them, listen, Matt, shout out to your channel. Tell everybody that's left hanging out with us why they need to come over to the Mystacles Retro. What's the other word?
Reunion.
Reunion. I was going to say Rewind, which is Retro Rewind is our guys from Culture Box.
So
Retro
right-
Reunion.
So right now, you can still just find me under Mystacles everywhere. Insta, Threads, Facebook, Twitch, YouTube, all under the same name right now. And all my full-length content obviously goes to YouTube. I do some shorts on there and stuff too. We stream twice a week, usually on Wednesdays. Like right now, we're streaming Until Dawn on Wednesdays, and we're streaming Baldur's Gate 3 on Fridays. So, there's a lot going on. And like I said, I'm getting into some more review type videos on my channel, along with still continuing the bro boxes because I'm booked out on bro boxes like for months. So,
Anonymous says the Mist Masses. And
Miss,
everybody's kind of sharing their teams. Goku, Spider-Man, awesome show, great show, gents, Akuma. Hey, man, thank you for being here. Thank you for being in the comments over the last 8 to 12 months, and
something like that, yeah.
And we just totally appreciate just the fan service. But look, nothing beats meeting new friends and having some nostalgia therapy and breaking bread over just some fun stories. We are big fans of you and your channel, and can't wait to hang out again. Hey, oh gosh, Zach, do me a favor, share what your page is all about with the people that are new here that maybe just popped in. Tell Grailbound what you got coming up and how they can find you. And then we'll head on out of here.
Definitely. Yeah, so Zach, Grailbound Gaming, you can find me not only on YouTube under that tag name or channel name, but it's the same with Instagram as well at Grailbound Gaming. And yeah, I mean, if you enjoy content from the perspective of a collector, someone who encourages people to personalize what the masses considered to be a grail. Your grail doesn't have to be an expensive game. It could be a game that you've longed to own because of nostalgia. It could be a game that you look forward to buying because it'll bring you joy and excitement. So I really want to encourage people out there to just collect for yourself. Don't chase after a game just because of it being hundreds to thousands of dollars. And yeah, as far as my content goes, like I said, moving forward this year, the pickups videos will continue a little bit scaled back because I do want to dive into more of the video reviews. And I do got a couple of videos coming out pretty soon. One is what I learned in my second year of being a content creator on, for YouTube. And then the other video to look forward to after that, of course, is my goals for the channel for this year, as well as for my collection. So yeah, Grailbound Gaming.
You know, it's so funny. We meet people all the time, and they got like 500, 600, 800, 1,000 subs, and then the next time we meet them, they're like 3 times more than us. So next time you guys come on the show, y'all will be triple, quadruple. We know it. You guys got great channels. It's amazing. The community's awesome. Hopefully we run into you in a convention. Hopefully you'll come back on our channel again. If you need us ever, we'd love to come and visit and do a little guest spot over with you guys. Everybody in the chat, go and follow these guys. Go like them. If you're still in the chat, put your channel in the chat so we can follow you. And Andy, it's time to go. But before we do, let me share this really quickly with everybody. This is what's coming up down the road. Here's the series. And I will say the only thing that's different there is that Zach has moved over from this being on today's episode till being later. I made that video before he found out his work schedule, but he was graciously enough to move later, and we appreciate it. So everybody put your stuff in the chat. Everybody go follow each other. You guys are so amazing. Great community. Religious Fanboy, we'll talk soon. Mystacles, you're amazing. Grailbound, you're amazing. Andy, time to tell everybody good night. Sleep tight. Get tucked in. There you go. There you go, Sneaky. Share your stuff, man. We want to come and follow. I'm going to come and give you a visit once this is over. Tell everybody good night, Andy.
All right. Well, hey, thanks, guys, for joining us. Thanks for everybody in the chat. Let's say good night like we always do. This is the Rushmore Show, where it's all about your top 4
and no more.
Peace.
Luke.